Test Discord. All right, let's make sure everything's working. Testing 1, 2, 3. Everything
Hello,
lighting up
hello.
like it should. All right, what up, guys? How we doing today?
Great.
All
Doing
right.
great, man.
Fantastic.
All right. We're
Hmm.
trying
How are
to
you doing, Cross?
Ready to talk good?
doing fantastic. Stressed out, prepping for stream.
It's all
All
good.
right. Let's see. Discussions of the week. Okay, so let's go ahead and do our intros. My name's Double Cross. I'm streaming this, of course. I'm gonna be playing Hood constantly. That's gonna be my new stream. That's gonna be my major stream game, and I'm gonna be killing myself over the launch weekend. What about you, Mile?
Hey, my profile picture says enough. I'm here to shoot people. Shoot first, ask questions later. Thank you. Off to Odin.
Alrighty.
I'm Odin. I took a week off just for Hood. Gonna play it till I'm sick of it.
All right.
Nice. You can hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, just another beta boy. You know, got a YouTube channel, Sneaky. It's all the same name. I'm on Twitter. Try to be active everywhere I can. Subreddit and places like that, and Discord, of course. So maybe you see me around. Check out my vids.
Oh, they can't seem to hear anything. Hold up. Can you guys talk again?
Yo,
No.
Yep.
hear me?
No, it's everything's.
Do you guys hear me?
Yeah. Everything should be fine. Okay, no.
Hi,
it's
Dr. Yeah, they can hear us.
okay. I got a
Oh, hey,
whisper
Gandalf.
saying got a whisper saying it wasn't work. That's probably because we were in that one screen.
Mm.
Oh, I didn't add my little special music to that screen either. All right, what about you, Zeth? Because we almost skipped you.
We only have two words that are important here. Afro toque. Thank you.
Amen. Praise be the fro.
Amen.
All right. So here's our topics for today. We got new info of the week, release schedule preload, new gameplay review, and offline scales worth keeping, daily challenges, character challenges. Will the money you accumulate shown in game? Speculation on fifth character, speculation on season pass, a little bit of Q&A at the end, and if we get to it, we might talk John Burks. But since there's not a lot of new info, it might be one of those things where we actually might just skip over. So let's start with news of the week. Now we have confirmed the starting times of Hood, and let me pull that up real quick. Pull that up real quick. Right there. Hold up.
Credit to Mel for asking.
Secret documents.
Yeah, secret documents. All right.
Beta.
So this is from Kokax with Mile asking him, "Bonjour, do we know what time the game is released?" He said midnight UTC in all time zones, which pretty much UTC is their time, which that means that if you're in EST, you're going to be being able to play the game. You should be able to play the game 6 p.m. EST in the afternoon. So that's confirmed. Not really confirmed because we will have to see if it changes, because to me that's kind of weird, but we'll see. We also do we want to discuss that at all?
Yeah, it says UTC, but then it says 1
2
a.m.
a.m.
UK, 1 a.m. UK time, 2 a.m. Central Europe time, and then you guys have like what 6 p.m. on the East Coast.
Yep. Because
And
that's
then-
what he said at the end. It says in the evening of May 6th in the U.S.
Yeah, that's 6 p.m. Like, no,
Mhm.
is it 6?
Because I know that we're, I think, 6 hours behind UTC.
You are 6 away from my time,
So,
and 5 from UK time. So
so it
it's
would be
6:30.
7.
So it's 12:30. Yeah.
Yeah, so 7:30. Oh, I'm 6 hours. Oh, 5 from UK. So yeah, they're doing 6 hours from Paris. So yeah, it'll be at 6 o'clock in the
Wow.
afternoon for EST. So we're actually going to be able to play it when there's still light out. Sorry for the EU boys. We also have some new snippets. We have a gameplay trailer, but I'll probably wait for the end of this to start playing that.
Jeez.
But we what's it called? Also, preload is also confirmed. Preload's confirmed because it's in the Q&A. Let me see if I can pull that up because, me being dumb didn't do it
It's.
before. It's in
I
the
think it's in
Preload
FAK.
start times.
yeah, FAQ, I think. Let's go there. Let me pull this up real quick.
Probably a day or two before launch.
Oh, definitely. Usually it's at least 2 days. Let's
Maybe a
see.
day. Probably they're gonna let us preload it, download it on the 6th, and then just click play when it's live on the 7th.
Exactly.
Guys, whatever happened to Only Cookie? Do you remember him? That guy
Yeah,
was
Only
going.
Cookie.
Yeah, I was
There we
actually
go.
thinking about him tonight. Like, where did Cookie go? He was so
Cookie
active
has
and he
his
just
own.
disappeared.
Yeah,
So
he
right
has his
here.
own server.
Can we
Okay.
preload the game? Yes, the game will be able for preload. That's in Q&A on the normal Discord.
What I don't understand about Cookie is he was so excited for the game. He got the beta key, he installed it, and then he didn't play it.
No, he
And
didn't
then,
even get to download it. I think he
and
download
then he
speed
just
is.
disappeared. It was weird.
I think
He
that might have.
manages his own server. I know.
Yeah.
I'm his server. It's like 300 people, so he manages that one.
Which makes
Well,
sense.
I will say that I won't say the number of the download size, but it was quite small relative to current games. So
Oh
his
yeah.
internet speed must have been really, really poor. I
I think he
he said
said he was getting like 2 megabytes or something like that. He was getting
No,
nothing.
not even that much. I think less.
Yeah.
But something else to keep in mind is the full game's going to have all the maps. We didn't get that. That's probably the biggest part that's missing. So it's going to be quite a bit bigger than the beta.
Yeah, because the beta can't say it, but it did have maps in it, but it only had a little bit of it. So with all the textures for the new maps that they're gonna do on release, it's probably gonna get up pretty high.
Yeah.
Sugar and Sass says that Odin needs to voice some lines. Oh yeah, he did confirm that. Yes, Steam is going to be 20 gigabytes, PS5 and PS4 is 15, and Xbox Series X is 30 gigabytes. I remember that.
Very reasonable.
Yeah, so it's not bad at all. So preload, if you're not like in the gulag like Cookie, you'll probably be able to have that downloaded in maybe not even 2 hours if you got internet, like good internet. Even less if you have great internet.
If you got normal internet, it's just fine. But
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it took me 15 minutes to download the beta. Zed, he said he got it in 5.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
insane.
Oh yeah, the fiber optic. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Minutes
Mine,
too.
I think mine downloaded, I think in like 20 minutes. Like I got 500 down. So it was super quick.
we're talking about
Yeah.
scales now.
Yeah, Dr. Van, I have 100 as well.
No,
I'm downloading 11, 12.
We're going to be doing the gameplay trailer next because that's new for this week. So everybody, this is let me mute this real quick because Germans are talking in it. Not that I have anything against Germans, of course. But now sorry for the bad quality. I did take this off GameStar YouTube channel. We can talk about this if anyone wants to put in what they see. If you guys want to start the video or something, it's gonna be in the preload start times. Or if you can, just watch my stream and just watch and you can talk about it. What up, man? What up, GTDR2ADBD?
that went fluently.
Yeah, it's trying my best. All right, so let's go ahead, go to screen share, and this is going to be the E. Of course, it's going to look kind of bad because it's only 720. That's the best I could do.
We should move the Discord.
The people out too.
Let me go ahead and disappear. There we go. So you can see there's executions on the back. You can see the XP plus the plus 25. So it looks like for different ways you kill people, you get different different experience.
Wait, go back a little bit for people. Yeah, go a lot slower because there's going to be a lot to unpack. Although it's
yeah. Let me go back. So right here, you can see that there. Go ahead. He's sneaking in. You can see the stealth animation.
Now,
There's a
pay
guard
attention
right there.
to the ultimate ability here.
All right, let
See
me
how much it goes up
rewind
when you
back
get
a
an
little bit
assassination.
again.
Nice
see that?
chunk.
Yep, it went up like a
So
decent
15% or so?
chunk. Oh yeah, around that much. And
Yeah.
you can also, another thing you see, if you look right here, you can see Garrison, Officer's Mess, and it's also someone already found the vault door and the mini map. And also you see spawn points, plus it shows the door on the mini map as well.
Yellow
So,
chest on the left.
and chest on the left. Yes.
Keep
Also,
on the left side, you got the gearbox
Yep.
there.
Right
And
there,
this is going to
gearbox
be
there.
very important for you guys to memorize over time where the locations of them are, because if you run out, it's like a win or lose kind of thing. You need to have that.
Right, exactly. So make sure, like, that's the thing about Hood, is what you're gonna have to remember is each map's gonna be different, and knowing where gear items are could be the difference between you being able to win a fight and being able to lose a fight.
Your Dr. Ven's got a
Also-
question here.
Yep, Dr. Ven
Yeah.
has a question. This does bring up a question. Can Marianne execute players with different directions if she is in a bush or is in an alt?
AI only.
Yep, I think on her description, I forgot where. It's either on her character webs on the Hood website
sugar.
or somewhere else. They stated that only AI. The only way you can execute an enemy player is by being behind.
And just to expand on that, Dr.
Well-
Ven, three different scenarios. And so the bush, shroud, or smoke as well. So those are the
Right.
three conditions.
Those are the three conditions. So you got, yeah, exactly what he said. You have your smoke bomb, which is your gear, which you'll get from these gear boxes, and you'll also be able to use bushes around to your thing, and also oh wait, that's NDA. Also you can use other things like your stealth.
Thin ice, boys. Thin ice, as we said.
Yeah, thin ice. Always gotta think.
Also, guys, I wanted to mention where it says where's the key icon. It says Officer's Mess, and in brackets there's 1F. That means it's on the first floor. If
Right.
it's 0F, it's ground level. Second floor, -1, -2, depends how many levels each map it
Right.
has.
So
Remember this.
So just so you guys know, of course the bigger maps are going to be more complex, but for smaller maps, if you're able to memorize what each location is, you'll be able to find the key like instantly.
Just we want to address Gundalf the Real's point there. I don't know if this is NDA or not, but it cannot happen. I don't know if you
No.
guys want to read that. I don't know.
I'm
if
just gonna say no.
Also,
Right.
if I remember correctly, Nethos also did confirm that the ammo boxes have a cooldown. So you
Yes,
can't just keep resupplying. Now, what that cooldown is, we don't know, of course, but there is a cooldown. So camping the same place is more of a it will hurt you more than it'll help you per se.
Yeah.
like
It's also something that could change. I mean, keep in mind what we saw in beta might be a different timer too. So that's part of the
Exactly.
feedback.
I mean, the timer
Something
in
else
beta.
we should do is when you continue this, watch what he does, because he does something that's not really mentioned, a distraction.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So
Watch this.
let's go ahead and
Got-
play it.
Pay attention to the next frame too.
All right. So if you guys didn't see, let me rewind that real quick. He threw a rock.
Do
So
slow-mo.
yeah, I don't know how. Oh wait, yeah, I do. You can go to settings and
The gear.
let's try that. You see that? He throws a rock and it hits the wall. Then you can see the guard gets distracted and he turns around. So you can use that to
No, it's for everyone, Dr.
yes.
Van.
No, it's definitely going to be for everyone.
So he
let me
used
go.
it just to get up the ladder, but obviously you can see other uses for it.
Yeah, other
Absolutely.
uses for it, such as you saw that at the beginning he executed a guard. Throw a rock, he turns around. That's an easy execution.
And yeah, I mean, you can use it in PvP scenarios as well. Very likely, we've seen in some articles a viable strategy would be throwing a rock in a direction if you know where your rivals are. Throw a rock in that direction and maybe send some guards their way. Also, it's not. This is NDA, but reading between the lines, I presume that you have unlimited rocks, but because we haven't seen any, uh, you know,
Ammo or anything.
ammo yet. But hey, I'm not saying NDA. I'm just saying that's my thought on it. I don't know.
Agreed. And also, if the sheriff is distracted by rocks, that's an easy way to kill someone hiding in a bush if someone is.
Yeah,
Or grab a
That's
key.
only if sheriff can be distracted by rocks, because we don't know who's
But
actually.
that's NDA.
That's
Yeah.
not NDA. It's a suggestion.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he's
We
able
don't
to be
know.
distracted. We know guards are able to. If we know guards are able to, sheriff may just fucking. His eyes might turn red and he'll just be like, "Nani?" and just look towards you. Like, we don't
Wait,
know.
before you start playing again, you're on a very good frame. Even behind a slightly bit is fine because look at Nithios down on the first floor, and he has
Yep.
just spawned. He was dead, and he just spawned. And if you notice, Nithios doesn't actually spawn in the square respawn area. He spawned behind some assets. I mean, like the table or whatever it was, and you're gonna see he comes up. So a small point, but you guys don't actually respawn in the capture point, but outside of it slightly. And I assume that
Right.
carries forward for all capture points.
Yeah.
See that? Yeah.
Yep, he spawned
The
right behind there, which isn't.
general area.
Yeah, general area, which also might help you because we know that other players can capture it. So someone might not. That means someone might can't be cheeky if they spawn right as you're capturing it per se. Because if they have to run in and take and what's it called, keep you from taking it.
Mhm.
So let's go ahead and keep going. It's only a 9-minute video, so it might take a little bit of time to go through. You can see right now he saw something, so he's questioning. We don't know if he saw him maybe climbing the ladder, or maybe he saw someone off screen. We do not know.
This part looks a lot like Assassin's Creed, though.
Yeah. You can see also there's a red icon here where it looks like a hammer symbol. I don't know if in the future it shows what that is. And you can see
It was different.
it's
That would be NDA. Yeah.
you can see it's
Yeah.
going in too.
Same icon as Brawler from the website. So
Mm-hmm.
and it's showing the proximity.
And if you
You
saw,
can see that the guard has a symbol on him as well. If you go to a few
Yeah.
frames back.
you see
That
a
gameplay.
guard with a 9, and then if you actually look back, you can see that must be a number, and I'm assuming if he's 8, that may be a what's it called? That may be a distance.
Distance
So maybe
marker.
that's a distance away, or maybe that's like maybe the health or something.
No, it's the distance.
I want to say something to chat. I want to say something nice. Okay, I don't know. This is my guess. I don't know NDA stuff, but my guess. It looks like we don't have a lot of people, so I don't think Nithios is lurking here. But
You never know.
you never know afterwards. But this is what I think. I don't know. This brawler in the distance, 27 meters or game units away, has probably been detected. It's possible that he's been like tagged by an enemy, but we know there's a shorter duration for PvP. Not
Right.
like
Maybe a teammate.
so he probably was detected by maybe the sheriff or maybe a knight, who knows? And now the downside of that would be that he's visible to the entire enemy team. That's
Can
my
can we talk about the German video? Is that allowed?
Yes.
What
Well,
they- what
no,
they
no,
said-
no, no,
Which
no, no.
one?
You can't
The
say.
story, the first one, the first one.
Well, right now we're actually looking at the German video.
Because they said something in this video. So we can say that?
Yeah, yeah. If the
Yeah.
the Andy, the
Because
one that was, yeah.
Yeah, they said in that video, the woman said in German that if you get detected by a guard, you show up for the entire map, like everyone can see you.
Oh, there we have it.
There we have it. There you go. So that brawler was probably seen by an AI. I don't speak German, so I didn't know that, but thank you, Odin.
Yep.
So if you're seen by an enemy guard, it tags you, and we know this is a distance of measurements, but also if you keep watching, once he gets to around 23, 21, he disappears. So the tagging isn't permanent.
Permanent.
So if you're able to avoid and getting away from the guards, and you're able to conceal yourself a little bit, you will turn back to being concealed. Oh yeah, the other one we do not speak of. Agreed. At least this time we got actual people playing from the focus home. So let's go ahead and continue. You see a nice headshot right there, and you got a tag assist, which means that if you tag an enemy, can we just slow-mo the bow animation? Anything for you.
Not a rock. Wait, go back. You can see you see right there at the interface, he has a little, next to his ultimate to the right, there's a little, looks like a poison bomb. So that's
right.
His ammo counter.
Yeah, it must be his ammo count, and we know he has gas grenade, so that must be the gas grenade. Hey, I'll do it for you. You know what? I'll do it in 0.25 for you.
0.25.
There we go. Look at that. That right there. Animation smoothness.
It's my boy Nithios.
Bam. Headshot. So let's go ahead and go back to normal. So we see, I think Took's going to throw, yep, he's throwing a rock again. No, he actually threw a gas grenade. Now also, another thing, this, we've seen in different videos that gas is green, but this gas is blue. So so maybe that's something to do with a perk, or maybe something else.
We've seen it in one of the videos.
We have.
Yeah, they confirmed it, that you can change your playstyle.
Yeah, it's your healing smoke. Okay, they confirmed it. Wanted to make sure it wasn't, you know.
No, I get you.
Interesting about the healing bomb or smoke is that it actually is subduing this knight here. So it's got purpose.
So it's still got purpose where knights will still like be distracted in it and not be able to. But now, of course, you see he's coughing, waving his hands, and then he's able to assassinate him. So
and he got his shoes tied.
Yep, got his shoes tied and his ult's maxed. And you see the brawler icon came back up.
Oh yeah.
And there's the brawler, and there's another brawler.
Here we can actually see confirmed.
Oh, confirmed parry right there.
That's Andy. That's actually the game director who's playing John.
Oh yeah. Bada bing. Now, that's him. That's the roided up John. He's on. That's weird. But you can see there's also the encampment, which is a extraction point right there. So you can see that.
Some of the brawler mains, there were some key mechanics that might be good to discuss why he actually did a 2v1, because this is going to be good for you guys to know once you drop in the game.
Right. So,
by the way, just people are curious, this game looks like it's like 50-50. Half the team is Sumo, and the other half is Focus Home. It looks like probably because Sumo would just dominate Focus Home.
There you go. And there's player execution. And if you look, let me play that up. Bada bang. So you got assassination, plus you got a good decent chunk out. But if you look, before he, you see the vault animation. But if you, let's go slow mode, like maybe 0.5. If we go in, we can see a slight. Oh, just missed it. There was a slight right there. Let me slow it down even more. Let's see. There was a animation. So you see he's wiggling. He's not getting it. But right when he's on the guy's back, there we go. Assassinate. So you got to be really close to the person to actually assassinate.
Like really from behind. He needs to take it from behind.
Just addressing Zen. When he says indicator, I assume he's talking about the diamond in the center of his enemy. I think this is actually a lock-on icon or indicator as opposed to an assassinate one.
No, I think he's thinking about
The button,
press
the
E.
Yeah, I
E
think
button.
he's talking about the indicator for the assassin, but
Oh,
I
of
just
course.
wanted to show the people who are looking that there's an indicator. So, since it's so like you have to be right on there, I don't know if maybe spamming it might be the better option, because it looks like the window is so small per se. Because you saw he was behind him, but the minute he was right on his butt per se, he got it. And now we can see the execution in all its glory. Yeah, exactly. Which means that's why, like, not saying but anything, but since we know bushes conceal you, maybe that would be. Oh, right here. What the heck is that? Oh, yeah. So this is them talking about a different thing. This is them talking about collectibles and stuff, and you can see there's a lion sale with 2 collectibles. We'll touch on that after a little bit further on. But right now they're just showing off costumes and stuff. Do we have any more gameplay per se?
There's more gameplay in this, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
do this.
There we go. So you can see there's a Robin, I mean a Hood. I just
Also
want
notice the
to
winching.
I want to
The winch
reiterate to everyone, just so everyone knows, that quick shot headshot kill no longer exists. You cannot kill someone with a quick shot to the head. That was changed. It's a you
Look at the extraction.
you have to go ahead.
Oh, sorry, I was just wanted to add that like you can also tell this is like an old build because of the winch checkpoints at the top, and
You
that
can
just
see.
adds.
Yeah, agreed. You can also see on the top that there's only 4 extractions, while most of the newer videos have 7. But the only way you can one-shot someone with a ranged character is a fully charged Hood arrow. So whenever you hold the button till you can't hold it no more.
But that drains stamina as well.
Agreed, yes. So there's going to be some sick plays from Robin in this match, but just realize that this is unrealistic.
Yeah, this is Akari Gray, is it? He's like a Overwatch competitive guy or something. So he's got some serious skills in games.
So you just saw Took Ultimate, and you can see it's glowing. It's showing characters. You see that Hunter just shot at him. That must be the tag for Hunter. And you see, looks like Juliet just went in to save him.
Yeah.
And poor Took 1 more second, and he would have been dead 5 Pokeballs. Oh, this is one of the sick plays. So this looks amazing, but you will not be able to do it anymore. It's old footage. You can see he's just halfway charging it, dodging, shooting. There's the sheriff right there.
This is Graveyard, by the way, guys, at Docks.
Yep. He did an ultimate.
I think it's a good change, though, for Hood. I definitely think it's a good change.
Agreed. Now,
because now his role is more of a sniper, and this makes him way too versatile.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, another thing. That's another thing. So let's rewind that back. Another thing that... Wait, have they confirmed that? The damage?
What about the damage?
The damage one-shotting. Have they confirmed?
Oh, for Took?
Yes.
I think that's NDA, but does it show the guy's health?
No, it doesn't. But if you look...
I've seen some recent clips where Took's heavy does about 80%.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. It says one shot.
Yeah, it says 1 shot, so he's definitely at health. Now, I think the other NDA, so I can't talk about that, but there is something about that.
Probably that guy wasn't full HP.
Most likely not.
Could have been.
I agree with Dr. Ven, though.
There. Oh, she got tagged. What's going on?
Yep, there's the range indicator too.
Yep. There's
and it went away fast.
Yeah, this is a bad Marianne.
Oh yeah, that was.
But that's a bad Took.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Are they invincibility frames?
I think. Oh yeah, the dodge looked like it had invincibility frames.
Interesting.
That one definitely did there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Notice
I
how-
don't know why that Took didn't just go in for it. I feel like that was not a smart move.
Saw the Ranger, I believe. That's
There was the yeah, that was what happens. But did you see there was that glint?
Yeah, let me rewind it a little bit.
for the
Right.
Ranger, right?
Oh, right there.
Ranger and Marianne.
Yep,
Where
there
is
it is on the right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right there.
Play it.
Right.
So we can see ranged characters as they're charging
there.
their shots, right?
Yes.
Yeah, right when they're aiming, you can see a little glint, and that glint means that they're actively aiming, I would assume.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see how it went glinty, turned off, went glinty, turned off. So it might be smart if you know that glint's a thing. Maybe don't always aim, and always just, stop aiming whenever you know you can't get a shot off.
Yeah.
You saw that Marianne just one-shot a guy.
Old
So-
footage again.
Yeah, old
Yeah.
footage does not work.
Just
This
look
is
at the
outpost,
winch
by the way,
points.
guys. Outpost.
Oh. What happened?
If you pause for a second,
Rep.
pause it and rewind 5 seconds.
5 seconds.
Just
To
click.
To where?
One more, a little bit, one more frame maybe.
All right. Let's tell me when to. Well,
Okay, play it.
Okay.
Play it.
You're talking about Invisible Marianne?
Yes, I want to point out the invisible Marianne. Stop. There
Let
it
me
is,
see.
guys.
There's
Yeah.
the
There it
way
is.
that Marianne would look if what's it called? In game
Shrouded.
whenever shrouded. So you can see she's, of course, my quality's low on the video, but you can see that she's actually pretty, like, especially on torch, she's easy to see, but like if you're not paying attention, you will miss her.
I want to add that we haven't seen all the perks yet.
Agreed. So there might be things that might change, and like I said, player kill, that does not work no more. You of course you should be aiming for the head because obviously it does more damage, but it will not insta kill. So don't expect it to when it releases.
No passive health regen either, as you can see there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now
Notice his, ability is blocked because they're in
He's-
high alert. He's holding
Mhm.
the chest, and likely the sheriff has. They're in that final stage, are they?
Yep. It looks like extract the chest, and you see two places: encampment and Woodland Bridge. You can see Marianne.
So if you mark
looks
the
like
door,
she.
Oh,
Yeah, you
nice.
can mark the door. Also, it looks like
This is
Look at
Citadel,
that.
by the way.
yeah, that's Citadel. You can
enemy
she
tagged.
tagged him. She went invis and she came back, and she stabbed him real quick.
Frontal assassination on the knight.
Mm-hmm.
Had to use alt to do it though.
Now that's a different icon of a guard. So we've seen guards where it looks like just a helmet. That icon on that guard looked like a full-headed helmet instead of just like a little top hat per se.
So we
So-
confirmed you can drop the chest. A lot of people have asked that in like
Mhm.
YouTube and subreddits.
Now,
So, because-
don't mind this because this was from the gameplay trailer from what's it called? GameStar. So it does have that popped out a little bit. But you can definitely see how the how like previous
No.
Robin.
That should have been Alright, that's NDA shit.
It's not easy.
Thin
I
ice.
did notice something, guys. When you tag enemies, you do get a little bit of ability XP as well too for tagging. So
Look
do
like
that.
he got
if you don't be lazy, tag and build up some ultimate ability.
and
And we see
also if
sprinting.
you also saw that whenever they tagged and that person died, it was called a tag assist, which gives you even more XP. So make sure to tag everything you see, because if it gives you XP, but also that's just an easy way to fill up your bar.
Well, we know that there's
That
doors.
helps your team, of course.
Oh
So
yeah.
I wonder if there's other things you could tag.
Mm-hmm.
Of course. Yeah.
Hmm.
Pro
Extra
tip on the
XP.
winch: you can sprint. We just saw him doing that.
Yep.
Whereas older videos, people
Yep.
weren't doing that. So
Oh, that's it.
And
So,
there's 2 spots there for the winching.
yep, there's 2 handles and 2 green marks, which probably means there's 2 things. So let me rewind that and pause a little bit. So you see he's blocking. You saw how much stam that took, and he's dead. Now, as you can see, his stam is around a half. Watch when he starts winching. It slowly depletes. So other times where we've seen it not deplete. So it's probably whenever you're rushing the winch, you use stam per se.
and
But
presumably
maybe
two teammates on the winch would make the progress go faster.
oh,
Can
of
only
course, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's double the power. So that's it. Oh yeah, and then we got the coastal map, but we'll go ahead and get into that when we get to map deeds. All right, so the next topic is the good old discussion of offline, which isn't really too much of a discussion, but we just do have a picture for y'all that we got for you when we asked about we asked Kokax if the offline mode meant anything, and he said it probably means I was captured in a build specifically for showcasing the game through video. There's no offline mode per se in the game anyway. Now, this isn't a confirmation that it's this isn't a confirmation that you can't start the game when you don't have internet connection. Don't read too much into this, but just understand that you will not be able to play the game in any sort of offline mode. So I think even if you do practice, you're going to have to be connected to the servers somehow, even if you're just playing solo. So I don't know if they'll make it so that internet's required to even start the game, but that's not a confirmation of that, but it is confirming that there's no play in offline.
Yeah.
But the capability is there, at least we know. Whether or not they'll let people use it, that's a whole other issue.
Exactly. Let's go ahead and head back to podcast Discord. Probably say it.
We
Yeah.
got Monkey joining in, by the way.
Oh, awesome.
Hey, Monkey.
Scotland!
Hello.
Oh my
Hey.
God, you're loud,
Sorry, I'm
man.
late. I just decided to eat dinner before I came. Oh, sorry, make dinner before I came. I'm actually eating it now. But I wanted to make it before I came because I hadn't eaten since 9 o'clock this morning, and it's currently 12 at night. So.
Oh yeah, I got you. All right, just had to edit you real quick.
For everyone wondering, Monkey here, he's a very good beta boy, very good at the game, killing
And
everyone.
very Scottish.
Very Scottish.
Very, very, yeah.
And a
Incredible.
John Maine.
And a John, man.
Oh,
That's exactly.
who else?
Disgusting, but
One of the few we
acceptable.
actually respect.
Yeah.
The only one.
All right, so go ahead and tell us something about yourself, Monkey.
Like what?
I don't know, just figure an introduction, bro.
Keep
I
it
usually,
short.
I usually play like things like fighting games and things like that. So I have like a vested interest in like melee combat and stuff like that, like For Honor and Mordhau and kind of things like that. So, yeah, kind of melee combat is kind of my niche in video games like this. So
Nice.
that's why I kind of play John the most because I feel like he's the most enabling for that.
Right.
But Monkey, I seen you playing a lot of Marianne. Is that just like you were playing that at the tail end of the beta?
Mhm.
Okay.
I wanted to. I want to try something different. I played pretty much John throughout the whole thing, but
Oh.
I just wanted to try to change it up and try out a couple of things with that character, and yeah,
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun with it. But yeah, there were some things about it that were a little bit too much fun, shall we say?
Yeah.
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 All right. So now we're going to the scales. Everyone loves the scales. Let's go ahead and go to screen share. So the so if you guys don't know about the scales, at the end of each match, you have an option to either keep the gold for yourself, give it to your home base, or give it to the people, or you could split it 50-50, and you can choose which one you're doing. Right now I have an image which is from their screen, from their what's it called, Sneaky, help me out a bit, what was it from? the
Oh
the
yes, uh, the press kit from the
press kit,
Focus Home
that's the word.
main official website.
Right,
This is a
so
you could
yeah, so this is just a snippet from it. Unlock perks, outfits, weapon skins through progression. Earning XP and gold, you'll be able to unlock more options for your hideout. Customize the look of your characters, weapons, cosmetics. Earn new perks, take challenges. Take on fresh challenges. Perks let you switch up the playstyle of each character. For example, Brawler's unique bomb can be transformed into Sticky. As in last stream, we told you Sticky Bomb's a perk. You don't start with it, so when you throw a bomb, it's gonna bounce a little bit. If you want Sticky, you have to use the perk. And also, post launch will bring in more free content to unlock, so stay tuned. And also, I should have a video as well that we can play real quick. Progression. Yep. Let's go ahead and play this, and this time we'll have audio so you guys can hear it.
Spoils. By giving it to the people, you learn hideout ranks, which will unlock new shop options and challenges. Alternatively, you could choose to keep the gold for yourself to spend on new looks and perks. Let's take a look at the perks now.
Okay, that's just an itty bitty snippet, but let's go ahead and talk about that a little bit. If anyone's wants to pop in.
Yeah, if you go through a little slower, there's a whole bunch of things we could discuss there that looked like it was innocent, but there was a lot of stuff like a new map.
I have something to say about the skill system in general, if that's good.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like, I don't know how much I'm allowed to say, but my kind of overall worry with the scales are that I kind of like, I really like the concept of it, but I just don't understand how they're going to keep them relevant. Because, like, yeah, we didn't probably see all the cosmetics that were in the game and things like that, but from the kind of rate that we progressed, and the kind of money that we got from matches, even when you just put them in whatever, I feel like the scales can become irrelevant really fast for the rate of progression that we experienced.
Well, what we did see in I think it was in the progression video was that the hideout skill had something to do with daily missions as well.
Yes.
Yeah,
So maybe they're gonna make it like you need to pay gold to your hideout to get daily missions, so that way they could keep it fresh.
yeah. I think
Right.
that could be something, like adding something persistent on top of just, yeah, you use this to upgrade your hideout, and that's pretty much it. Because again, the rate that we were kind of progressing in the game, it did feel like, you know, it wouldn't take long to get your hideout to max level, and then, I mean, there's no really any point in putting it for the people. Then, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I like the concept. I just want them to be able to keep it relevant. Keep it
Yeah.
going.
I think that would be a good way to do it.
And
Yeah.
also, either way, one of the major issues with like games like this is that if they give you like a limited amount of stuff you can buy, eventually you're going to have it all, which makes it on the point of Sumo and Focused to keep giving us more stuff to spend it on. Because if we keep just buying everything and having everything unlocked and we get an excess of gold, eventually you're going to be at the point where they shove out new content. You're like, okay, bought everything, and it's just going to get to the point where, like, of course, like, it all depends like what you play a game for. But I love like earning. I like unlocking stuff, and whenever I have everything unlocked, it feels like I beat the game per se, which makes
Don't
me
forget
not want to play it.
we will have that will entertain us a little bit too.
Yeah, the battle
This
pass will come
also
in.
assumes that the value of the things is going to be the same. Maybe the newer content is going to be really expensive, so you can buy the older stuff at a decent rate, but then the new skins might cost 10 times as much. That would make
Right.
it, I think, better balanced, give you something to strive for, and if you have a nice stockpile of cash, great, or gold. But then also they're probably going to make it so your hideout level can go higher, and then you have to go ahead and raise that, so you're going to have to balance it again. to figure out, do I need to unlock it or do I need to save the money to buy it after it's unlocked? And that's where the balancing game each season, I think, is going to go.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Where, like, yeah, especially if, now, of course, Nethos is being very tight-lipped about it, because we've talked about how all characters have max level of 10, and we've talked about, we also, I think in the progression, I think they said that there's more perks to come, so they might add more perks in. And if they do, I like, whenever I asked Nethos, I said, since you said that you might add new perks, you wouldn't want people to just, start the game and have all these perks available. You would want them to, play the game and earn them. And then
Yeah.
he says, we hear you. We're looking into it. That's pretty much how he responded. But
That's how we respond to anything.
love
For your
you,
suggestion,
Nethos.
we'll take it into consideration.
Yeah, exactly. And it wasn't even a suggestion, it was a question. But that's one of the things, like, I see that it's like, I think that he understands that, like, having a hard cap of progression is, to me, it's like, can be like a make it or break it. Because once you have everything and you're max level, max character, all 4 of them, they release another one, you get max with that one. Eventually, there's a stopping point, which that's what we want to make sure that we keep out of. We want to keep playing, never stop.
Yeah.
I'm
Like
sure
Doc-
they're going to raise the levels. I think the
Yep.
characters after, either a season, it'll be another 2 or 5 levels. And then you can't get those perks until you've leveled your characters up to that. So there's always going to be, I just think they're going to keep raising the caps.
I think I suggested at one point as well that they add like a character prestiges would be a good way to do that as well.
Oh,
And like
definitely.
with each prestige as well, you could have like certain like prestige cosmetics and things like that. So you always feel like you're working towards something, you know what I mean? You always feel like you get a reward for prestige. Not necessarily that you lose any of the perks that you have, but maybe you need to be a certain prestige to get a certain perk or a certain look on
Right.
something, you know what I mean? Things like that.
Like, if you
Not too
prestige, you keep all the original perks you had and anything you bought, but then you have to play the prestige to a certain level to get more perks, per se. I agree with that.
exactly. Yeah.
yeah.
Like, there's
The
so
only,
many different...
the only problem
Go
I
ahead.
see if you actually make prestige, you get extra special, better perks. You're gonna create a really big gap in your player base.
Agreed,
Because
but it all
the
depends on
OG players
balancing.
will always be overpowered then.
I mean, possibly, but that depends, like, how long it actually takes to get these perks. I'm not saying, like, you add perks at, like, fucking Prestige 15 or whatever, right? Like, you just keep them, like, Prestige 1, 2, 3, baby, right? And that doesn't take you long to do that. It really
Oh,
wouldn't.
that's true, yeah.
Like, again, it's just adding a little bit something. And then, as I said, after that, then you could have cosmetics up until however many things they could add. You know what I mean? Like, they could add maybe a new hammer if you for John at level. If you got to Prestige 1, skin for that, and then you could get a new outfit for him at Prestige 2, something like that. You know what I mean?
And I'm a sucker for bling, so if they add, like, a flail that's gold with diamonds in it, I'm gonna farm the crap out of it to get that. Like, I love those
Disco ball.
stupid...
I was gonna say,
yeah,
did you mean disco ball?
Yeah. Dude, if they, like, make stupid cosmetics that cost, like, so much, I'm gonna, like, if they're like, hey, there's a disco flail, buy it for like 20,000 gold, you think I'm not gonna farm my ass off to get that fucking disco ball? You're out of your mind. And that's the thing, if they make, like, silly stuff and they make it so it costs more, like, I wouldn't be mad, because of course, like, I feel like they want to keep the serious setting, so I feel like having, like, a men in tights type of costume is gonna
Oh,
be...
that'd be great for Hood.
would be fucking amazing. Like, and I told Nethos and Kokax, like, multiple times, if you're in the Discord, you hear me talk about it all the time. A game that takes itself too seriously eventually will become cringe. So let's say if you played, what's it called? There's games that, like, from 2005, you play it right now. Like, a good example. If any of you guys played Shadow the Hedgehog, and it was just, Shadow the Hedgehog was such a, like, trying to be cool that if you play it now, you're just cringing at the fact that the guy even made this. And I don't want a Hood to be this way. Make fun of yourself and make it so that, this is based in Robin Hood, so here's Marianne in a princess dress, or here's Took with an afro, or here's John
That's right.
painted green, you know?
Or like an OG Took, like a fat fryer.
Exactly.
I think as well, like a good example of games to look at like that, or again, like relevant games I've just talked about there, like Chivalry, for example, or Mordhau. You know what I mean? These games are, you know, pretty serious, but they also make a lot of fun of themselves as well, right?
Yeah,
Like,
like
they're pretty fun.
throwing rocks or having like frying pans with a loot. I think the loot's in there too.
Yeah, everything's very satirical. So
Exactly. So like if they don't take themselves seriously, and even if like the normal costumes are like let's say they're 1200 gold for example. And let's say you have an afro took and it costs like 5000 gold. I would rather save up 5,000 to buy that stupid costume than buy, like, not calling Afro Took stupid, praise be the fro, but but like I would rather get that stupid costume because to me it's like, oh, that's funny. I want it because I want people to see me and laugh, you know?
Yeah,
Like
I
For
think the
Honor does it
seasonal
really well.
events. I think the seasonal events could be a good opportunity for that. We know that through articles, they want to add seasonal. We don't know what, but content, and I think it could also address some of the gold issue, having too much gold. If you have say seasonal content that actually costs gold, and that seasonal content is maybe not accessible for the season or ever again, that could be a way to distribute some of the gold out of the game to prevent the tryhards or some of the people who play very often to like not accumulate a whole bunch and feel like it's useless. Like they beat the game. What else is there to it? You know. So I'm
Yeah,
looking forward.
it gives you motivation.
Yeah.
Agreed. And like one of the things that are motivation is like that's why like I want to reiterate like just make goofy costumes. Like For Honor, remember like at the very beginning it was very serious, and then like after a year they're like screw it, here's a salt emote, you know, or like hey you want
true,
to
here's Lawbringer on a pony.
yeah, exactly. Or like you want to freaking what's it called? You want to send someone to the Shadow Realm? Fine. Whatever.
Just out of curiosity, like I don't have much prior experience with sumo games, but do they take themselves seriously in general, or?
I think so. Crackdown and Sackboy are two kind of relatively silly games.
All
Although
right, so
Sumo
there is a
Newcastle,
chance they won't take themselves too serious.
Did you just call Little Big Planet Sackboy?
oh, I don't know what the difference is. Sorry.
Bro.
There's a sack boy.
Oh,
You know, this
I'm
kind of
cringing.
segues into the Hideout Cosmetics thing that we have as well.
Yes, and we can actually turn that if we really want to. Because we also need to do challenges and speculation on 5th character.
Oh, was I right?
The newest game is called Sackboy?
Thank you for having my back.
Okay, Dr. Van. I thought he was talking about Little Big Planet where the character was Sackboy. I thought Sumo did that one. Okay. I'm wrong. I'm sorry. But, what's it called? Oh, it's based off Little Big Planet? Irrelevant. Alright. Oh, they did Little Big Planet 3? To me, like, Little Big Planet 3 was good, but was definitely subpar compared to 1 and 2. But let's not get off topic with Little Big Planet. Alright, so we got Hideout Cosmetics. So let's go ahead and let me go ahead and open some stuff for y'all on the Hideout Cosmetics. Let's see, open some thingamajigs. Alrighty, and then I think I have a little snippet of video
that's
as
true,
well.
Dr. Fen. I think Sumo Digital was the one who did Crackdown and Sackboy, and I think Sumo Newcastle was kind of purchased by was a different kind of studio that was purchased by Sumo Digital. So we don't know what to expect, I guess. But we do know that Andrew Willens and his team, they focus on multiplayer games, and so that's why we kind of got this.
Yeah, and I know one of the persons that joined the team is a really into multiplayer guy. Okay, so here's the image I got. So this is a still from the video, It's showing the chest, showing shields and stuff. And also we have what's it called? We have from Andrew Willens. Is this place you can customize in any way? And it says, no, we did toy about the idea to upgrade the hideout. That spoils your riches, which have an effect on you. But it's just a lot of development time for something which we didn't really give terms of gameplay. But basically, it's nice for us rolling a hideout you can chill with your friends. Your hideout in-game, place between matches where you can hang out with friends. But look right here. You can see the same statue, but with nothing. Now,
Well, wait, don't leave it yet. I just want to throw in something really quick because this sentiment also touches on a lot of other questions that people have had. For example, a lot of people ask, is there going to be like intermittent weather in the matches? And I think that this touches to Andrew Williams' point is that it would be a lot of development time for something that doesn't give much in terms of gameplay. So we have to be reasonable, and these things may come in time, but for now we need to have a game that's very just solid, and those little extras can come later.
Exactly, and I also have something about that actually, if I remember correctly.
And if I pull up a picture, I don't know if you have my picture of that Coca said as well about the statue. That was just
I got
cosmetic.
it next. I was just showing that. Also, I was gonna say to crush your dreams, but of course, do not take this as truth per se. Like, not saying anything
Kokax has
about
known to be wrong,
Kokax,
so
but Kokax has been wrong about certain things in the past. So this is what he responded to this, because we asked him the question ourselves. But he said, I don't know, to be honest. I'll ask about it, but my guess is it's just a cinematic shot. And I'm assuming he never got back with you, right?
nah.
No. So, yeah.
I've got a lot of questions pending that Kokas and that he said.
Yeah,
We'll ask about it. Let me get back to you. Mm-hmm.
I know one time I asked Nethos about, I forgot what it was. And I said, hey, you never got back to me about this. And he's like, oh, yeah, you're right. Here you go. I'm like, thank you.
This is a crazy one. I asked Kokax, let me find the DM, if their studio or their team has received the gameplay trailer or any content for Storgremand, our 6th map. And Kokax responded that there's no such map in the game. And I was just thinking, like, a lot of things ran through my mind when he said that. So I'll leave it there. Not putting anybody down.
Yeah, not putting anyone down. But
there's achievements for that map already listed. So
yeah. Like, we know Storgremand, I don't know how you need to pronounce it, but we know it's an existing map. And actually, when we get to...
And there is a still in the Hood gameplay video where it actually says he's on an extraction point called Mountain Pass.
Wow. And also, something really interesting,
snowy ones.
If you guys don't know, is Storgremand was shown on the first trailer of the game.
Yeah.
So, in October, it was shown. So that just shows,
Take the things Kokax says with a little grain of salt. That's all.
Yeah. So I'm sure he knows his stuff, and I'm sure and he's a good guy. I've talked to him, but even though he says I don't know, to be honest, but his guess is cinematic shot, remember he said, but my guess, because that might be there and it might expand. We just don't know. And then I think I have one more picture too. Yes. And this is the thing that got a buzz up on, but that was never expanded upon, by the way. Was I think what's his name? What's the guy who asked that? Crap.
Miles?
It's Miles.
No, I know, but was it someone asked the original question? I think it was like Fire Truck.
We should check.
Red Fire Truck.
Yeah, Red Fire Truck. That was the guy. But I think it was the one guy we talk about. But what's it called? He asked, like, hey, I want skins and I want to unlock everything. Will I be able to do this? And he said, will there be a lot of unlockables? And he said there will be plenty of skins and banners. So Mile asked, banners? And Kokas, of course, replied, Red Fire Horse. Yes, Gandalf, thank you. That's it. But he said, what's it called? For your outlaw hideout. So, of course, he never expanded on this. But for what we know, like I'm assuming it's gonna be something that just hangs, or like little banners you can unlock by doing certain things. Like, it would be cool to increase the amount of stuff you can spend your money on, but it was just really interesting how he said that, then it just went quiet. He hasn't.
This
I
is
actually did ask Kokax as well in DM, like what would be in the battle pass, and he also mentioned banners in the battle pass. Because
So
I asked if we would get dances as well, because I wanted to see Took do a default dance, but he said no, sadly no.
sadly, I do
Only
think
banners and cosmetics.
I don't think they've confirmed or denied this, but by the looks of it and by that, he said there's no like animations or dance.
No.
We don't know if there's any type of emoting in this game, and I would really hope there is. Per se.
Andrew Williams said no. They he had some cheeky response to that. I think Andrew is not too fond of Overwatch and Fortnite types of games. I think he's a very respectful person, but he said he's played those games a lot, and that is kind of getting dry, and that was his motivation for making this type of gritty game. And
Dr.
I don't think
Ven's got it.
and he doesn't want to put that kind of stuff in here.
And I get it too at a point, but at the same point, like the more stuff you allow us to buy, the more stuff, like the more you play. Like if it's just like skins, weapons, and banners, that's only 3 things, and perks. But customization in a multiplayer game is so important nowadays. Like if you don't have a good customization,
isn't it?
yeah, because you want yourself to be different than everyone else. That's why.
Yeah. As you do in real life, you know what I mean? Like you project yourself into your own image, so
Yeah.
And of course, if there's a crouch button, you can teabag, of course. But we're talking about legit. Yeah, I don't want this game to go full Fortnite, but I would like For Honor type things.
I can neither confirm nor deny that I did plenty of teabagging in the beta war.
I can't.
They
I
could make
can't.
some differences to just the combat animations to make them look interesting, but not actually have a gameplay effect. So, like maybe the slide is a little different, or the dodge is a little different.
Yeah, like
Hey,
stuff
good
like
evening,
that.
Razor.
What up, Razor? How you doing?
Hey,
Hey, Razor, how's it going, my man?
Bring in your clan.
Bring in your clan. What's it called? No, but like at the same point, like stuff like I don't think I think I suggested that maybe like it would be cool. Let me try to phrase this as best as possible. I think it would be cool if you could change the way your ultimates activated, such as instead of John roiding up with blue, maybe maybe he was on fire, or maybe he just turned into a rock. Something like that would be really cool.
Yeah, I agree. That would be cool.
Or like something like
what are they called from what are they called from fucking World of Warcraft? What's it where you can change your glyphs? That's it. No, glyphs. Yeah, glyphs. So like you can put big glyphs which like change the appearance of some of your abilities or pets or things like that.
Exactly. Like let's say Hunter, who like instead of being like a mist is like smoke. So of course it's one of those things like of course you're gonna be more easily seen if you're smoke, but it's still the personalization of like, oh, I'm moving around like smoke, or like Took instead of kneeling down, he like what's it called? He floats or something. Like shit like that would be pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
It's in like a Buddha position.
Yeah, something like that. And it's like stuff like that. Like they could, I don't know how difficult it would be to animate, but to me, like just small customization like that would help the game indefinitely. Because the more stuff we can spend our money on, the better.
Yeah, it'll help the retention for sure. I wouldn't even mind something like voice lines a bit. It would be not as impressive or exciting as like animations, but I like kind of maybe I don't know
like taunts.
I want to be able to. I want other players to be able to hear something if I kill them or if I'm near somebody. And we do know that there's like I don't know if we're going to talk about it, but maybe not. But there is a comms wheel that's on Reddit, and so you can say like, "Go here, follow me," and I wouldn't mind if that could be customized as well, especially for the people who aren't on doing voice chat.
Or
So there's
maybe
a lot of
like,
stuff.
or maybe like if you like, of course there's going to be a button for tagging or like pinning, but let's say you hold the pin. Let's say you hold the ping and you say something random, and you can choose a voice line. So like, let's say you kill someone and you hold that button, and all of a sudden you're like Took's just like the flail has given you wisdom or something like that, or like, man, your head's surely bashed in, or some like stupid thing where it's just like maybe 4 words of dialogue, but it's
The
something that you can
balls
like.
of steel.
You
Yeah,
know, or
exactly.
you can go full for honor and just let them go wow, wow, wow when they fucking kill you.
Spamming that button. Wow, 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 wow.
You know, fuck you, just chucking Rocket League there as well. So when you extract the chest, you just say to the enemy team, "What a save!"
Yeah.
I love that. Like whenever you fuck
Good
up, oh
character.
dude, whenever you fuck up a save and like it goes in the goal and everyone's like, "What a save! What a save! What a save! What a save!" I'm like, "Fuck off!"
Yeah.
Like shit like that just it sucks in the moment, but in the end you just laugh. Oh, bro. All right, so do we want to go on to challenges?
Either that or fifth character. One of those.
Well, we got challenges, fifth
Challenges make sense, I
character,
guess.
I think
Q&A.
I think challenges is a good thing because we already know a little bit about challenges, and then we can do the speculation stuff after.
And keep in
Alright.
mind, we got new map deets, something that we're going to discuss later on.
Yep.
That might be, I'm not sure how chat feels about it, but we have a lot to discuss about the maps.
Oh
And
yeah,
so
we
we
got a lot.
we can speed up and slow down on that, or we can just take our time, however you guys feel.
Yeah, exactly. What's it called? We're doing good on time because we said that we're gonna go till 8:30, and right now we're only in an hour in, to be honest. So we're actually doing pretty damn good, to be honest. Let's
Perfect.
go to challenges. Now, of course, this is going to be more of a talking topic per se, because I don't have as much info and as much pictures as like some of the other top. Well, actually, I do, because one topic we only had one fucking picture. But all right, let's go to screen share. And as you can see, daily challenges. And what's it called? Oh yeah, someone could have a golf swing on someone's head with a hammer. Yeah, like execution things where you can choose between 2 executions that'll randomly play. Shit like that would be so fucking good.
Yeah.
But all right, let's see. Okay. So here are the challenges. This is a challenge example. This was released in the progression. And it says, here's the example. Claim 5 capture points as took. Kill an enemy Robin 3 times. I'm gonna ban you. No one cares. There you go. Sorry about that.
What was it?
Nah,
Some
bot
guy
was like,
selling.
you want to
bots.
become famous?
Oh hell yeah, bro, let's go.
But
Seems
kill an
legit.
enemy Robin 3 times, tag an objective carrier. So as you can see, what's really weird is like this one, you can see there's different places, and it says 0 out of 3, and if you complete all 3, you get 750 XP. Now in the what's it called? Yeah, bots. They're people who like come in and they'll say, you want to become famous? Click this link and we'll pay to give you followers, or some stupid shit like that. But anyway, so this is a progression of video real quick. Oh yeah, the collectibles tab, yes. We'll get to that as well. And
Yeah, we should finish the video, right?
Yeah, let's go ahead and play the video.
You learn hideout ranks, which will unlock new shop options and challenges.
All right, I want to reiterate what he just said. New shop options and challenges. But what's up, Cool Devil? How you doing today? But new shop options and challenges, which means that what I'm thinking it means is maybe you get more challenges and higher tier challenges Thank you so much for joining the nobility, Cool Devil. Retro Wookst. Sorry, not Cool Devil, Retro Wookst. Sorry about that. But thank you so much for following. Also, let's keep going on this. I'm thinking that you're either going to have more of them to do so you can earn more XP and money, or you're going to have higher difficulty ones that give you more money. What do you guys think?
Look at the 0 out of 3 at the very bottom. It looks like there are 3 challenges, and you get 3 sets of these visible challenges we can see, and until it'll reset at so it's 10 hours at the top. So I think that
I can. Bada bing. Actually, I got the picture. Actually, to be honest.
Yeah, that would be
Bada bing.
because these are very simple, and look at the gold
think it's
reward is
funny, too.
very low compared to some of the perk costs that we've seen. I think we've seen some perks around, what is it, guys, 500 at least, 2,000, 3,000.
Agreed.
So this is petty money, and hopefully the 0 out of 3 at the bottom shows that, like, or it could be a bonus. So if you complete all 3 of these, you get a bonus of 250 gold at the bottom and 750 XP, and then hopefully maybe there's more, but it's not clear. Maybe that would be it for the 10 hour, for the 24 hours or 12 hours, whatever.
I do
And what
agree with.
Rogues puts,
I do agree with
Yeah.
you saying 3 challenge daily and you get a reward for each of them with an overall reward if you complete all 3.
Yep.
That's what it looks like, but I do find it funny that you get a total of 375 if you do 3 of them, and then you only get 250 if you that little bonus. I feel like that should be at least the same, 350 or 400. Do the challenges get harder? We do not know. That is a topic that we do not know of.
Yeah.
To be honest, I hope not, personally. I like when daily challenges are actually daily challenges and not you have to log in and stress the fuck. Because
but I-
it's do 3 executions
Yeah.
while making a pirouette with Duke. Like, that's
Yeah.
You're
You
right.
know, I agree with that one, to be honest. But I also like to have like I really hope that we see like character specific challenges in quite a lot of them, and like mastery challenges, etc. And there's like certain skins that you could unlock, like if you do, you know what I mean, it's like play 1,000 matches as Robin or something like that. You know what I mean? Like something along those lines where it's, you know, you
well,
have
that
certain
they have
skins
the
where,
secret achievement list, right? That was leaked
Yes.
on Reddit.
yeah, I guess that's what I'm saying. Like I
That's
really
more like that. What you mean? Yeah.
yeah, I'm really a fan of things which I like, you know. They really, it's a skin that you get for doing something, you know. It's
Yeah.
like you put in the effort, you know, you have certain like you get 5,000 wins with a certain character, and then you get this really awesome skin,
This
right?
is actually
And then when you're in game, then and everyone sees you with that skin, they think, oh fuck, look at that guy with that skin. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like he's fucking cool. He's a Chad. You know what I mean? Like this guy. You know what I mean? Like when you see someone with a skin like that, your jaw just drops. Like, you know what I mean? So things that demonstrate mastery of a character or a certain thing. I'm really a big fan of these, so I really like that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
love
we
nobility
need more
gold.
of that, I think, because these are the players who are actually probably
Yes, we
spending
will get to that,
substantial amount of
bro.
money in the game.
Yeah.
And also, and maybe they're bringing their friends in too. So this is like kind of your core audience, and catering to them, I think, is huge.
Yeah.
Also, just on the daily challenges, I kind of like long-term challenges too. In addition to that, so I kind of have something to look forward to instead of it resetting every day. It kind of gets stale, but that's just me.
Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining the nobility Waterwolf. No, nobody has found out that. I will be probably asking Nethos on Monday, but I don't think anyone has. Has anyone asked that question?
No,
Which
I
question,
haven't.
sorry?
If Gore can be
turn off
turned
Blood
off.
and
Or
God.
can be turned off.
It's a good question though.
I don't even know if I would be allowed to say if it was, because
Someone already broke NDA on that. Don't worry.
I was
I know
gonna say,
who it was too.
I vaguely recall seeing something like that. I didn't mess around with it myself, but just maybe when I was in the settings, I may vaguely have seen it. I
Make it a
can't quite
paintball
remember.
mode,
Yeah,
like Call of Duty paintball.
Yeah, I was gonna say don't take my word
Word
there
for it.
for it. Yeah,
Is it
exactly.
pertaining to Twitch? What is the interest for turning off the gore?
Some
Kids, maybe if kids don't
yeah.
want to play it.
If kids
Yeah.
play it, also like certain people just don't like the what's called instance of the gore.
Yeah, I mean it's just
It's got
yeah,
like
some-
these phobias, right? That people faint when they see blood. I don't know if that
I mean,
applies for digital blood.
Matty Fox has a good
Yeah.
question. I think
mean,
that would
not
be an
everybody's
excellent answer.
not
All
everybody's
right, so
okay
we got
with, you hit
we got a
someone's
lot
head
of
explodes.
questions coming in if we want to answer those real quick. So a guy asked, by the way, guys, are you not afraid that the game to be so repetitive? Everyone in this room was in the beta, and I just want to let you guys know that everyone in this room has the game pre-ordered, and we're really excited about it. Now, will it be repetitive? I think that's more of an NDA type thing, but I don't think I myself enjoyed my time, and I think that I don't think it's NDA for telling you how much I spent on it. I was in 2 betas. The first one I put 24 hours in. Now this is saying the betas were only 3 days, but I put 24 hours in one, and I put 18 hours in the second. So I can tell you it's extremely fun. I don't think
Yeah,
it'll get old,
I
especially when you
think
have people to play with.
I think I can also answer the question in sort of like a vague manner where it's not going to like break NDA. But
Yeah,
generally, when I play games, the game can be, as long as there's a variety of maps and a variety, like, I mean, it's a different like kind of, it switches it up all the time. You know what I mean? It kind of keeps it fresh, and there's some sort of overall progression, because that's what keeps me in games for a long, long time. It's even if again, if it's just prestige in a character, right? Like there doesn't need to be like a kind of cut off point at like prestige 10 or something. It's just, as long as that character keeps prestige, and even if I don't get anything for it, you know what I mean? There's just some sort of progression there. Um, that I really enjoy getting. Like think Hunt Showdown, for example. Now Hunt Showdown, every time you prestige in there, it basically wipes all the guns that you had, all the money that you had, and things like that, and you had to earn it again. But every time you prestige, you get like a new. You can get a chance to get like a new legendary weapon skin for one of your weapons. But you still have to earn everything back. So you're
exactly.
essentially just resetting the game over and over again, while you still get, but you still get like a little reward for it each time you do it. So although you're still playing the same game, you're still doing the same thing. It still feels like you're consistently progressing through the game, and you're unlocking new things, and you're still like, I mean, this gameplay still fresh to you.
Yeah.
And that's what I really like in games. So that's something that I would hope that they would look into doing, is adding some sort of consistent progression throughout the game.
Agreed.
And
Also,
I just want to touch on Matty Fox real quick because I do have a different perspective than you guys. For me, what kind of keeps me ticking is my like micro improvements as I play the game. How did I improve? How did I change in relation to my teammates? And a lot of that comes down to the combat and knowledge of the map too, which is kind of like ever growing. And I do, without breaking NDA, I will say that I think the combat is, although we have seen it kind of has some animation issues here and there, I think that the combat is competent enough where you could, if you're like me, you could get satisfaction from improving on it here and there, and then you just like wipe the floor on a off match or something like that. So if that's what
yeah.
makes you tick too, I think that the game will have that there for you as well.
And
Yeah,
also,
no, I agree with that
Razor
too.
Knives asked a question. He asked, I wanted to ask because my team want to know, how do y'all think community will be? Will it be toxic or will it be just competitive or 50-50? My opinion on this, which, me and you, Razor, we've argued a little bit on this topic. Um, I think the community is going to be chill, but the sad thing is the more a community grows, the more likely toxic people will come. Now, as because of skill-based matchmaking, it won't be really an issue where you deal with like tryhards if you're just wanting to play casual, because of course your stats won't be the stats of a tryhard. But I feel like there might be, because it's a class-based type thing. I think you might, if you're not playing with a team and playing with randoms. I think there are going to be moments like if you don't pick John, and like everyone else is playing like if they want a perfect four-man team, a John, Took, Hood, and Marianne, and you're deciding to play Took, and the other Took's calling you trash because you don't want to change. I feel like that will happen, but in all honesty, just make sure that you don't really make sure that you have at least a little bit of thick skin, and know that it don't matter what other people think. Just play how you want to play, and there's always a mute button.
It's an
Absolutely.
online game,
Yeah,
so toxicity is inevitable.
yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like as I said, I don't think the game, like the community, invites initially it doesn't invite like an inherently toxic kind of fan base, like kind of most MOBAs do. Because if you make a MOBA, right, like there's going to be a toxic fan file. Like most of the fan base is going to be pretty toxic, right? If you have a fighting
Exactly.
game, pretty much the same. I think this game definitely still has the same potential to be toxic, because of course there's toxic people in every community, right? Like that's just how it happens. As someone said there, it's the internet. Of course, there's going to be fucking toxic people. That's just how it works. Um, but yeah, no, I think the for like the community of this game, like at least the more consistent and rounded part of it is going to be all right. Like I think it's not going to be overly toxic, but again, there will still be those, you know, what I mean, that are just because.
Game modes will depend on that too. As we get more game modes, I think one Andrew Willen showed interest in a 3v3 possibly up next, even potentially before launch too. In that recent article, there's going to if a ranked mode comes out, you best believe that one's going to be a little more toxic. If you're in pre-mades, it's just going to be you and your group. Like this kind of pertains mostly to randoms, and especially if randoms go on ranked, maybe there's going to be a lot of toxicity. But I really agree with Monkey. The game doesn't really inherently have anything that makes it toxic. It's not overly competitive, although they call it
Right.
a competitive war before. It's not. It still plays very casually,
Yeah.
and there'll be some console players too. And the PC games tend to be a little more toxic, I find. And because there's some console players, hopefully, not really always the case, but hopefully it won't be as toxic.
Here's what Sneaky's talking about. I have this picture from, I think Andrew Willen said this, to be honest, if I remember correctly. Do you have any plans to introduce a competitive mode where pre-made groups will be able to match and a ranking system used? And he said we have a lot of post-launch features planned which will expand on the competitive aspects of the game. The first step is building our community, then understanding which aspects are needed first. But yeah, we discussed that. Clans, leagues, ranked play, spectator tools could look like in our world. We just need to build the audience first. So he's not saying that, it won't happen. He's saying that he wants to see how many people are interested in the game before he commits, per se.
Yeah, like, and I think that's a pretty concurrent theme throughout this whole thing, right? Like, because a lot of people are asking for certain features and certain additions to the game, and again, like someone mentioned earlier, like it's what we ideally want to have is us like a stable game first before you start adding things, because I mean, you have to have a strong foundation and strong walls before you start adding the furniture, right? Like you can't just go ahead and put furniture in straight away and then make everything look nice. You got to have a strong base to start off on. So as long as the core gameplay is there and it gets stable and everything gets improved, like a point where it's like everyone's happy with it, then they can start looking at stuff like
Like a fifth
competitive.
character?
Yeah, so but a competitive mode. To be fair, I would not be surprised. I mean, fifth character's probably already done, to be honest. But yeah,
Oh yeah, definitely.
but yeah, no, as I said, like they can start looking at things like competitive modes and that kind of stuff, new game modes and all that sort of stuff before they start like really expand on what they already have. But again, I think they need to get their core gameplay look to a point where developers are satisfied with it and the audience that are playing it are satisfied with it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and for me, what I said before as well, it's like the most important thing is first get all the metas and exploits out. Because if you can't have ranked if the game is filled with metas and exploits.
Yep,
That's
exactly. Like
super
it's good
drama.
to.
For Honor would disagree with you there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
boy.
they need to make sure that the game's balanced and really playable before they can, because I remember one of the oh yeah, why no big streams talking about the game per se. It's I think what happened, Nethos, which is one of the community directors, he said that he has a lot of streamers in plan, but we will most likely not be seeing those till closer to launch. So we still have around a week. What was it? A week, right? Before, not like a week and a half.
2 weeks.
Less than
2
2 weeks.
weeks. Less than
Yes.
2 weeks. But yeah, the game is also niche, which I've seen a couple YouTube, and also yeah, just like Rogue said, everything is under NDA. So we can't even we were beta testers, but we also need to watch out for the wrath of Nethos. So we're also watching what we say, but at least we are in the Discord enough that we know what has been confirmed and what hasn't, so we can tell you everything we know.
Yeah. And as far as also like why there's no big streamers on this discussing it, there actually has been a lot of big YouTube videos like Force and Kodiak and stuff like that. But today in the general chat, you guys may have seen Kokak say that he admitted that Focus Home Interactive isn't one of the big, publishers like EA or Ubisoft. So you can only expect so much. And that's the truth. They don't have unlimited money and they have to do what they can. I might be reading into it, but that's what he said. So that's a part of it.
Razor just sent me an essay, but he says my teammate Zolife searched up some team that we may be playing or the game drop. I might shorten this up. But his question was, how were you guys feeling competing or just playing a team like us? Now, sadly, Razor, that's really into NDA, but we what's it called? Just say that we. I just want to say that we did fight a couple teams like you doing. You give me one sec, guys. Continue, Sneaky.
Sorry, is it just me that hears Mike's cut out here?
Yeah, it sounded like it gave out.
Yeah, it sounds like he died. I don't know, like his
I
microphone.
thought he'd
died.
never shut up. No.
Did he drown?
No, I'm still alive.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
No, my dogs were having an aneurysm. We mostly it's NDA, but we can't really state much. But we did
I'm
face some teams like you, and let's just say, wasn't the best.
People
But
People started leaving as well, to be honest.
oh
What was
yeah,
I just came back.
On their side, I mean.
yeah. Well, also yeah, we also like make sure that you practice, cause some people they thought they were good. Let's just put it at that. Another question. What was it? Do we think the game is competitive? I personally, via the gameplay I've seen, I think it's more casual than competitive. But it has a lot of things that can build it up to be competitive per se.
Yeah, I would
Yeah,
agree.
I agree with that as well. Yeah, and like I was a big advocate, and I'm a big advocate for having a ranked or competitive kind of mode in the game, right? Because you can start really fucking knuckling down on shit then. But my point is, like, again, going back to, I want them to have a good core gameplay loop there first before you add that kind of thing. And again, like at the moment, yeah, the game feels more on the casual side, but that doesn't mean it couldn't be a competitive game, and
Agreed.
it doesn't
I'm
have the potential to be a competitive game because it
agreed.
absolutely does. Yeah.
And exactly what Monkey said. Like it to me, I think it's more of a casual audience, but it definitely has the making to be competitive. But we've got a little bit sidetracked now. But also we were on challenges, and then after this, we're gonna be going to the new map details that I got. But here is a screen still. Let me go ahead and get rid of the Discord, and this is called Decay. And this is a complete Faceless Wrath offline preview only. This is a skin, and it says complete Faceless Wrath to unlock, which you can see it's locked, and that means there's a challenge to unlock this map. So that way you know there are actually challenges for specific characters where you get cosmetics, and hopefully more and more show.
Yeah.
Sugar and Sass, will they be changing layouts of the maps? Now, it's NDA, but I just want to let you know that we second skin on the right.
Well, they already have the maps with dynamic points for some things, like the vaults, uh, where it can spawn, where the sheriff spawns. So it's not always going to be the same approach on
Right.
the same map.
And
And
also,
there's
You're right.
many choices there.
and also us beta players, we didn't get the full game. I think that's the most I can say. We didn't get the full game, so when we play, we're gonna get a lot of new stuff, see a lot of new stuff as well. So we're gonna be in the same boat, but the only advantage we will have is gameplay wise. And yes, kind of hard to see with the stream compression. They are all what's it called, hunter skins.
Yeah, as far as the advantage that the beta people have, it's going to be short lived. And the purpose of this stream, or in part, is to educate you guys and share with you guys as much as possible so that you can, like, kind of, we can all be equal. The maps, you can learn them pretty quickly in like a weekend or in 1 week. And, time's ticking and we're not getting any better, right? The last beta was in what, like almost 3 weeks ago. So although we do know like the map layout, it wasn't the full game, and we don't. There's not going to be this huge advantage. I don't think it's going to be like that.
Exactly.
You're not going to get the floor wiped from you on day one. It's going to be all good.
Yeah, like there's a couple of maps that we maybe didn't get to try out and things like that that will maybe be in the full game, for example, that we've not necessarily seen. So, in terms of map knowledge on those maps, I mean, we're going to be in the same boat as everybody else, right? The only thing that, we were going to have over to everybody else is mechanics, right? Like
Yeah.
we already know how the game feels roughly. And which again could change. And when the game comes out, they could have changed something which completely throws us off. But
Right.
roughly, like we know how the game feels, we know the mechanics of the game, and unfortunately, that's only something other people can learn with time. But it's not going to exactly take very long, right? Like
Yeah.
it's
And
just
on
that's the
Dr. Ven's been asking a question. I know he wants it answered, and I know I'm going to give you the same little answer. But the Skull Mary Head skin scene the pick is with the goal is pretty much what he's saying is the skull skin is in the promo of the gold Robin skin. Now, you can take from this, if this is in the game right now, probably the Robin skin is in the game right now. I can't say how you get it or what you do to get it, but at least you know if this is unlockable in the game, most likely the Robin skin will be unlockable. I think that's about as much as I can say.
Yeah.
Also, this is my next one, which is a specific challenge called Marianne's Legend. Now, this is the only challenge that we've seen so far that had the character's name and its demise, which it also
That's the
looks
best
like
skin. Yep.
this. It looks like it's the last skin in the roster. So, just so you know, we don't know what a legend is. Well, technically, yes, we do, but we can't tell you how to unlock this per se, but just know that there are challenges and there's legendary challenges. So since this is the last skin and it looks really good,
Look at
looks,
that Dr. Vin here.
oh no, you don't. You don't know how to unlock it. There's a specific. Oh yeah, you're right. You're right, Dr. Van. But but yeah, so characters have these challenges, and this is a legendary challenge, which probably means you got to put a lot of effort to unlock it. And the last thing we got is I personally messaged Kokas and I said, well, I motioned underneath Kokas and said, in the image it shows a challenge. Will these be stated in the game, and I think the whole thing, or will they be hidden that we need to figure out? And he said, no hidden challenges to my knowledge, only hidden achievements. So probably you'll be able to see a list. Don't quote me on this, but maybe you'll be able to see a list and see what you need to do for each challenge. Kind of like a checklist type thing.
I like
But
that.
also,
had
to my knowledge, right? There it is again. So
yeah.
To my knowledge, yes.
I think based
They
on
always keep it
what we've
vague.
seen, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Based on like all the messages that I've read from him there, like he's been very particular about his wording. He never says anything like in an affirmative way. He just says it more like oh, and like to my knowledge or as I recall or something like that, which could also be the fact that he does know fine well, but also the devs are telling him like not to say certain things, so he's kind of trying to tiptoe around that as well.
Yeah.
Because you can probably imagine that he knows quite a lot, right? Like, and he's
Dr.
probably
Van.
like he probably knows like what the full game is going to entail essentially, because we already know that the the staff and the server have been playing have played builds to the game that we haven't got to play just based on like clips and footage that they've uploaded to that. So they said that they'll be in the know about certain things that we're not, and the actual developers of the game will be telling them to keep these things under wraps. So again, I think it's very much him trying to tiptoe around not saying things that he's not supposed to.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, here's the question. Do we want to do so we can keep on going, but the next question that we're going to do you want to do new map deets or speculation on the 5th character in season 0?
What does chat think?
What do you guys think? What do you want us? Do you want us to talk about the 5th character and what we think, or do you want us to talk about the new maps?
Rogue says maps. Safia, who's
Duh.
gonna break it?
Let's see who's
One
gonna
more
break
person.
Set a poll.
it.
I'm not a moderator, so I can't do it.
Oh, I don't know how to poll either.
It's easy.
How do you do it? /poll. Oh.
Got a 50-50 here. Oh,
Character.
we get a third.
Fifth
I'd say
Outlaw.
Fifth Outlaw is also not going to take as long because there's not as much info.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Yeah, Fifth Outlaw. We can do that real quick. Okay, so let's go ahead and go back here. Let me open up my thingamajig. Yeah,
Don't worry,
you
I would've said
lost.
I would have said Maps if I was in chat.
Yeah,
I think
Sam.
Wait, can we vote as well?
No.
Damn it.
I think Fifth Outlaw's a good place to start.
Unless you created a another account. All right,
Yeah,
so
I think a good way to begin with that as well is what we know about that character already, because there's already been a little bit released about it. Not a lot, obviously, just kind of a vague kind of indication of what to expect.
all right, let
We
me
got that
go
picture,
ahead.
but we're not experts here. So maybe if anybody in chat or anyone who has access to Google knows about the lore of this next character, because I don't know. I'll admittedly I don't know too much.
All right, so this is all for discussions. The 26 characters of dwarf, yeah. So
I'll vote for that.
this is what's it called? This is from the what's it called? Sneaky press kit again. I keep forgetting that stupid word.
Oh, yes.
But it says in later seasons, which we're thinking this either season 1 or season 0. Word of the state, famed treasures continue to travel far, and a 5th legendary outlaw is due to make her arrival in Sherwood from overseas. The last sentence is what we've been doing our entire investigation on, if we can call it that. Let me go ahead and open some stuff. Oh, go ahead.
I think two things from that are quite telling, or a little more telling, is the fact that it's a woman, and also the fact that it's from overseas. So people that kind of know about the Robin Hood mythos can probably more accurately speculate on which character it would be, right? Because those two things kind of open it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, both of these characters, I have Isabella and I have Jacques or Safia or Sophia. Now, these are both, I think, from the Robin Hood TV show. And when I was doing my research on my own on like Google and stuff, like literally this was the only thing coming up for like overseas Hood character or Robin Hood character. So we know Jacques was Sophia.
Saracen.
Yeah, she was. Wasn't she was she the slave? No, she wasn't. I think, but she's a swordsman. She's took the identity of her dead brother. I don't know if they'll use this. Oh, transported as a slave. So that could be mean as overseas, or it could mean that they might be able to. Yeah, so she is a Saracen character that most Robin Hood iterations
The
have.
trivia actually
A lot
kind of gives you the
medicine.
background.
She
Yeah,
knows a lot
trivia.
about medicine. She's a daughter to a physician. So
Mhm.
could this be a full support or like a more support than Took? We don't know
Right.
how they're gonna twist the lore, but I prefer I don't play supports myself, but
Doesn't
I wouldn't mind
sound
seeing
like a support type based off abilities, but the
Right.
trivia kind of gives the background of this character is not canon to the original tales dating back several hundred years.
Thank you.
Or she or he or any of these types of characters based
Did you
loosely
get
around it
chopsticks?
go back only a few decades. So that's why I know Odin and I in particular were like, where's Will Scarlet? Because he's a traditional main character.
Oh, yeah.
As opposed to this character, which was something, within our
If
time frame.
they implement a TV show character from 2006 before characters like from the
Yeah.
original hundreds of year old lore, it's a disgrace in my opinion. But
Agreed, but in all honesty, they have the right, and I agree that it's kind of not. I didn't want to say sausage fest, but it's a lot of guys, and I get how they want to have like at least an equal amount, you know. Ooh.
Yeah.
But what's it called? But you see the abilities: highly skilled swordsman, showing extreme tenacity and reflexes. She is more than capable in battle, swordsmanship, archery skills, intelligence, cunning tendencies. She recognized the sheriff's indestructible armor and also the black powder explosives. She was deeply passionate in alchemy and knew first aid. So you can easily go ahead and I wouldn't be surprised for a gender better either. But you can easily figure out she's a swordsman, so she might be a melee class. She could easily have like a she might be faster than John, but she might have like maybe a triggered explosive where she puts something on the ground. If you walk over, it explodes. That'd be pretty cool. So you can easily kind of see where it might go. And then you can also, since overseas, that might be in reference to the ship. And you could also, she could wield a sword or a scimitar or something like that, you know? And then
Some sort of like area denial bomb, like a fire flask or something, could be pretty cool as well. Actually, now thinking
oh
about
yeah,
it, something that lights an area on fire and it's kind of used for
Mhm.
denial to that area, which that'd be kind of nice. I think personally.
I'm curious if they're going to introduce the next outlaw in conjunction with the new map Storgrimond, the icy one, because I know we've been saying, oh, she's from overseas, maybe France, but at the same time, it doesn't. They could make up
Oh.
whatever they want. They could add her in conjunction with the new map.
Everything is overseas for the UK, so
Yeah, that's
That's
true.
Could be
and then
Ireland.
the next character.
Technically overseas.
Leprechaun confirmed.
Yeah, since it says in later seasons, but we know. I'll show you guys. We got in map deeds. We got some really good details. But we have the next character is Isabella Thornton, the daughter of Sir Roger, Guy of
fucking
Gisborne.
Ireland.
Oh, I got sent a video that I watched, and holy shit, was it confusing. I think you sent it to me, Monkey. So early life, when Guy and Isabella were children, their parents were killed in a fire. Guy was incidentally disinherited. Two siblings grew up little love for one another. Guy sold her as a bride to Squire Thornton. So pretty much, Isabella's more of a villain than a hero. She was sheriff for a time. She joined Robin for a little bit, and but in most of the cases, she was an enemy. Let's look at abilities. Is a highly skilled swordswoman, of course, because Hood's they use a bow or a sword, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
She's able to hold her own against far experienced warriors, also able to fight with unlit torch as well as a sword. So that's interesting, showing that she was confident enough in her abilities to do so. She was also able to hold her own spectacularly against several opponents at once. Flanked by the sheriff, was able to kill Guy Gisborne. She was incredibly proficient with a dagger and sword, but only shows this once.
Dual wield confirmed.
Mm-hmm.
It's so hard to know where they'll go with this. This is like extreme speculation.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of the toughest ones to figure out.
A
Or to,
poison character, I think, is needed in this game. A character
Yeah,
that does
well, health
damage over
poison.
time.
poison tip dagger, yeah. Damage over
Um,
time and stuff.
And those are the people who we're thinking, in all honesty, it's going to be Sophia more than anyone. At least I do, but we'll
Yeah.
see. And that's pretty much all the info we have on the characters per se. Because
It could also be a completely new character that they've just
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of made up, isn't it? Because I mean, they're like, yeah, they come from overseas, so it could just be something completely different. They could,
Polish.
yeah, exactly. No, that's what I'm saying. Like they could kind of have free reign as they want with it. Because remember, their universe is based off of the Robin Hood mythos. It is not like it is. It is, and it's not the Robin Hood myth thing. If that makes sense, right? Like it's based off of that. So
Right.
although the characters are mostly the same, they are changed from their original forms, right? Even their names and things like that are different. They're related to the characters in the Robin Hood mythos, but they are not those characters.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That
as I
doesn't
said,
work.
so they can kind of have, and they've been very careful with that, right? Because that means they can kind of add and take away things as they kind of feel they need to. So it doesn't restrict them, because if they said, yeah, this is an actual Robin Hood game, with like set in the Robin Hood universe, things like that, then they're restricted to the lore of that universe. So saying that, yeah, we're just basing it on this, and all these characters are likened to this and things like that, then they can kind of, as I said, create freedom in it. They can kind of go where they want with it and make who they want. So they can kind of say, yeah, this is a character now. This is where they're from, and this is what they have to do, and that's it. Like, you can't really say, well, that character wasn't in the Robin Hood universe. You know what I mean? Like, they can kind of just do it because it's their own universe.
That's
Very
probably why they
true.
did a female first, to exercise their creative agency.
Yeah.
I'm
I
doing
think that's
stuff.
pretty much it for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, right now I'm doing a poll real quick.
We got a lot in the way of maps this week, which was
Yeah.
pretty exciting. And we still have Citadel to come next week, so
That'll be
stay
awesome.
tuned.
That's the big boy.
Yeah, that's my personal favorite.
Let's see.
Well, what we've seen of what we assume is Storgrimund, the snow map, looks to be very interesting, though.
Yeah, definitely.
It's been in a lot of trailers. Just anytime you see, and they only show it for a couple seconds, but if there's snow, generally we're assuming it's that map.
Yeah, exactly.
I know we have a screenshot in here when could look at.
Yep, I'm
Yeah.
working on it. Sorry about that. Should have done this before.
Yeah, and you know what? Actually, Focus, those guys, they forgot about the map blueprints, and I
Hey
had
guys,
to
go.
and I asked Kokax, can you please include the map blueprints with the map spotlights going forward? And so we got that there, and maybe they just oversaw it because they thought it's not too it's not too interesting, but I think I like it.
Right now we got 1 vote for Coast. We might not have enough viewers for this.
Staff meeting.
Professional
More.
streamer, by the way.
What's
Hey,
next? Who's out there?
More.
Okay. Can we get a fourth? Oh,
See
hey,
that.
that's cheating. Who's Scott's
cheating, man?
That's not me, bro.
Hey, why did you say that then?
I don't know what you're talking about. Welsh, what?
Wow.
Scotland.
Okay, let's do Coast.
All right, let's do Coast. Let's go ahead.
Oh no, Rogue loses again.
Panel can vote too. Fucking panel, come on. Just ruin it. Do y'all have a Twitter?
Coast? I like Coast.
I like Coast too. Let's go ahead and let's open it up. All right, so let me go ahead and open up the coastal thing, the YouTube.
We
as
even
well.
have Marsh.
Yeah, I got Marsh as well. We had Marsh, Storgrimond, and Coast. Too bad the thing kind of messed up. You know, we'll do it by poll. We'll do Coast, Marsh, and then we'll do Storgrimond. Even though I think Storgrimond should be first, but it's fine. All right.
Yeah, I think this segment is gonna help you guys the most once the game drops. In my opinion, just having an idea or notion of how the map is situated and where you are and where I got pictures of home bases and stuff like that. I think that's going to give you just a general sense
Kaer
of what
Morthar
to
is
do,
split between
instead of those moments where you get lost in a corner or something and you just don't help but your team.
Right.
We disagree though on which things are where.
Yeah.
I'm talking in general terms. I don't try to know. I'm not trying to know anything.
All right, so this will be Coast. Let's go ahead and watch.
Kaer Morthar is split between 3 areas. A fortress, originally built by the people, stands on the far end of the peninsula. The state.
Do we want to slow down certain spots?
Yep, right here.
Yeah.
If you guys look, you can see multiple posts. You can see this post right here. Looks like it goes on top. There's posts right here and right here. I doubt you'll be able to go that fucking high, to be honest. But
pretty good.
It's really beautiful, though.
Yeah, it's really beautiful screen grab right there. You can also see posts right here and right here. Now, if you guys don't know, the posts mean there's a rope that can fall down, and you climb it. But we don't know anything. We just know that's usually what post means. You can see there's a little slit right there, which you might be able to go into.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about the big one, maybe. But like, for example, the ones up on the top left and like the castle, I doubt you'd be able to get
Yeah,
up
I
to
doubt it
those,
too.
honestly. But like the ones
But
like,
like
for
right
example,
there,
if you look on the bottom right, like on the little like tower, there's like
there's two of
a
them.
couple of posts. There's a couple of posts on either side, and I wouldn't be surprised if you could climb up one of them at least,
Yeah,
as a way to get through that gate. Because you can also see that there's a portcullis just left of it, like just left and down of it, which which is obviously it could get blocked off. So if you could use that, that could be an alternate way to get around, I guess, without having to go through the portcullis. Because usually, uh, you would expect a gate to have a couple guards around it, right? So you'd want to be able to get around a different sort of direction or way. So that
exactly.
could open up a good opportunity to do that.
All right. Let's go ahead and continue a little bit.
After finally wresting control over the territory,
That's another snippet where you can see little posts, and you
Uh-huh.
can see there's a bridge. But to be honest, I don't think this is accessible, because I don't see a door right there. I doubt it's accessible if there's no door.
Oh, to be fair, I mean, just because you can't see one, it could be like lower down, right? Because like it could be
built their
behind
own
Could be
the
a staircase behind this we can't
yeah,
see.
it could also be a staircase. Yeah, it could
Right,
just could
but
be
you
lower
see
down.
like windows here too that look like there's something inside. So we of course don't know how fucking tall this map is, because
Yeah, the verticality of it is not something.
It looks huge.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
Go
And I
ahead.
really hope that the inside of this castle is like a very like complex layer. Like I mean, I think it's I really hope it has like a complex layout in it. So it's like, you know what I mean. You really have to try to like find your way around it and things like that. And there could be a lot of stuff going on inside of it. Like you could spend
They
ages.
show a shot in there.
Let's go
Yeah,
ahead and
you could spend ages in there trying to get like the chest or whatever out.
Odin, you're not never mind.
foreboding keep on the opposing.
Yeah, I think I agree
Oh,
with
no,
you, Monkey, on that. This seems to be one of those maps where, in the description they said that once you're in the strongholds, you're safe and you're free from the outside elements and the rangers and stuff like that. So it seems like one where you're going to spend a considerable amount of time in the castles, and I think that I would expect them to be a little more embellished on this one than some of the other maps, like for example Marshlands.
Yeah, agreed. And also you can see like it's definitely raining, and I love the weather in this map. But also, Kokak said that the weather has no effect on gameplay; it's just visual. Just like what's it called?
Unfortunately.
Just like Andrew Willen said that they wanted to make everything gameplay wise, and if it affects gameplay, they want it in. But if it doesn't, it's kind of second on the list. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This part of the map is interesting because it doesn't look like you can get into any of these buildings, which I think would
Mhm.
make it too complicated if you could.
Yeah.
Agreed. I
Yeah.
think this is just I know like we're gonna get the map out and we'll be able to see what's where, but they should talk about it.
I would like a couple of them that you could get into though. That would be pretty cool. Like if you could get into a couple of them. Maybe not
See the
obviously
stairs?
not all of them, but
There's stairs right
You
there.
might be able to get into that one that has the stairs right to the left of the character.
Yeah, it
Yep.
looks like there's a
Where does
little.
that go?
Don't
like
know. Let's see.
could you imagine like a Robin or something like that sitting upstairs in one of the houses with his bow just looking out the window
I
and
feel
things
like
like that. Just, like,
The
yeah,
Mickey ambush.
yeah.
and
Yeah.
especially since the size of this map, it's gonna be hard finding other players in this map. Too, in my opinion, especially just with the massive size, you're probably not gonna see another player till the second to third, second to third phase of the heist.
I kind of like that though, because I feel like the game, I feel like just that map is going to have a good effect on gameplay and make it a lot slower paced than like some of the smaller maps would be. Because like if the map is smaller, right, you're obviously going to have more and more like stuff going on all the time, more action. You're going to obviously be running at players more often. So if the map is bigger and your encounter with the other team is more rare, then I think that's going to have a good effect on gameplay, to be honest. Because again, everything will be a slower paced, or the fights will be more meaningful, and things like that. Rather than just you see someone all the time,
Agreed.
I agree.
Yeah, what I wanted to add to that was as well, like I think these bigger maps are gonna change the playstyle of people because, like they said for the coastal video, the spawn points are gonna be further away from your extraction points. So if you die, you need to run for a longer time. So people are gonna play more cautious. Because if you
Yeah.
die, on top of what they said in the Discord, 20-second respawn time, you also got to run back for 30, 40 seconds. So you're going to be out of the fight for a whole minute, and that's a long time if the enemy team is on the winch.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's for a long time.
That's gonna be a win for the other team.
Yeah, I'm really excited about those things.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, and maybe you won't have people. Never mind. NDA.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I'm starting to get tired. I'm starting to get really tired, and I'm gonna start getting bad.
I was gonna say it's also the frustrating thing as well. It's like, yeah, you want to fucking people doing that, like they fucking did
The
before.
troll thing, yes, the troll thing would be a nightmare here.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that would be even worse. To be honest, that would be the worst
Oh my
thing.
goodness.
Oh mate, oh please, I hope they've come up with some sort of solution for that.
NDA
There's a few
boys, let's
things-
keep it
there's a few
going.
things NDA that we can't really say, but
Nithios in the shadows.
Even before he's just lurking here.
He's just slowly watching me and like, these bitches are about to break NDA. Gotta DM them real quick. Tell them who's boss.
he sees a message come up. Stop this stream.
now.
Letters with a
Nah.
gif of sheriff.band.
Yeah, he just sends you that, and then you just disappear out the chat.
He takes the
Stream
pre-order
just-
to give away copies.
You just hear my door open. FBI, open up! And just the fucking entire stream just crashes. Oh, bro, that'd be so fucking funny. Oh, bro, let me go ahead and
Alright.
keep playing the video.
The center is the town of Rhodos. Each area is distinct, requiring a unique strategy to traverse.
All right, this is a good one. So, what's it called? Right here,
Back a
you
little?
see this knight looks different than the other knights we've seen. This knight is more heavily armored. He's got that little crest. This might be I'm thinking that since it's unless there's different armors per map, I'm thinking this might be a different type of AI than the ones we normally see.
Yeah, I'm thinking there's like a cosmetic difference, just because this map has some similarities to Citadel. They both have a section. We'll see it later on the map, but they both have a section called Encampment, which is like, I think this lore-wise, I think this map is near and dear to like Citadel's heart, similar to kind of just related to like the state, and I think maybe that's why we're seeing this. And keep in mind that when we start playing the game, we're going to be seeing like we're going to have like lore background in the forest hideout, and that's some of that might tie into what we see in the game, because we've already heard Andrew Willen say that they want to do some storytelling in the game. This doesn't have a story mode; it's just multiplayer. So this could be a reflection of that, but we don't know.
I think I have a still of one of the explanations. Oh, Rogue says, didn't we see a knight that looks like this in another gameplay vid? I think we have. That's why I'm thinking that it might be.
You remember who Rogue is, right? That's Robo.
Yeah, I know that's Robo. I'm just calling him by his Twitch name because it'd be weird if I just said, yeah, Robo's right, and there's no Robo talking in chat.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and keep going.
While the imposing fortifications provide ample safety to those within.
Alright, stop there.
Portcullis.
Gotta go back to the boat.
Oh, you want me to back? Oh, the boat. Ugh.
Yeah,
There we
the
go.
boat's a big deal.
Parts, yeah.
They don't talk about it for another 10 seconds. I don't know if they're hearing it, but it doesn't look like you can go on the boat. But
Nope.
those two cranes look a lot like winches. And they talk about how there's multiple archer angles over the extraction points.
Holy
So I'm
shit, I
wondering if
didn't
each
notice that.
side has a winch on it because of the map layout.
You think
Climbable
these-
rope?
Like
Oh yeah.
inches, but it just doesn't sit well with me. But But you're right. I mean, you can't access that boat, so it could be a way to get the treasure on this boat and out of here.
I think
But
that's more cosmetic than a climbing rope, to be honest. That rope
What
right
about
there on the bottom
No,
near the
I
sail.
think he means the big, huge one in front of our
Oh,
faces.
that
at the very
one, that
bottom.
one. Oh, most definitely. That definitely looks like a climbing rope. All right, let's continue. Retraction, yeah, they're pretty good.
Hey guys, professional streamer here, 100%.
Dude, I'm fucking hungry. I have literally like lo mein and orange chicken right next to me that I haven't chowed down on. I'm just sucking on a milkshake. Don't take it out of context.
Sucking on a milkshake,
Big up
sorry.
for the team.
Whoa.
You
All
got
All right,
a
anyways,
finger.
let's continue.
My guy.
That's an interesting portcullis right there. Look, here's a
Such a beautiful board cards.
look at that
almost-
tunnel, bro. This
To be
tunnel
fair,
looks.
yeah, that tunnel's great. It almost makes me want to suck on a
Now
milkshake.
look at the.
Oh, shit.
The chicken looks nice, but it tastes like milkshake.
Oh,
Do you see though above
Oh.
the top? There's scaffolding up there, so there's a
Yeah.
lot
Oh,
of
yeah.
layers even
and there's
underneath.
guards up there.
Wow.
Oh yeah, that guard there looks pretty cool. A little bit. He sucks on a milkshake every now and then. I mean, he loves to. But that's what he keeps in that little pouch there, just like 3 fucking like Yazoos or something like that, to suck on every now
How
and
would you know? Is that what you
Fuck
do?
y'all. Fuck y'all.
then. No, I keep him in a backpack, bro, because I prefer to have more. Like that guy can only fit like maybe like 4 in there. I can fit like 10 or something.
Rebel.
Right.
Roll tape.
Because I really like
Okay.
to suck on.
Green
So
keeps are totally exposed to the element.
Oh, look, same thing. Look at the difference.
It's 2
There's a
guards.
knight. Look at that knight. That knight looks totally different than that one. You see how this one has like helmets? Well, that one has a full face guard. I'm thinking that's a big difference. And I think that guy is a crossbow guy because of his back thing.
But keep
Yeah.
in mind that they do seem to distinguish the melee base guards from the ranged base guards.
Mhm.
I don't know. I can't really see the details up top there very well, but just to keep it in mind.
Yeah. Also, you can see stairs right there leading up. And a stair right there, too. So it probably goes, you go through here, go behind here, these boxes go up, round up, and then you end up right here.
Very cool, just little area to fight in. I mean, there's so much in this little area.
Yeah.
Cover
corners
levels.
to hide in as
Yep.
well. Yeah.
All right, so let's keep going.
Of this wild coastal region.
That right there, that's a visual right there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh man, if you could ledge people, I would totally just fucking sit here. But this is
Don't
just,
do it, monkey.
bro.
what's that?
Don't do it.
Oh, you sit there and suck a milkshake.
Damn it.
I fucking knew it.
That guy's chilling there, sucking on his milkshake,
The
man.
sheriff
Oh,
patrols
yeah.
between
Tastes
the
like
two
There's the
chicken.
sheriff.
so catching him between the
Uh.
strongholds.
So pretty much the strategy here is he travels back and forth between 2 strongholds, and the best way to probably get him, he probably passed like halfway through here, and passed halfway through there, and he just keeps going here. So if you stand at this bridge, you'll definitely get him.
There's gameplay on that bridge. At least I'm pretty sure it's this one.
Yeah, the
Yes.
brawler.
The
where
brawler
he throws-
video.
Yeah.
And there's
Or
the boat down
There's
below.
also the ranger one where he shoots the sheriff in the eye is on this bridge.
There's an AI on that boat. That
Yes.
looks like the same boat. You can see the winches as well. So
Yeah. Oh yeah, there
What
are
I'm calling
winches
winches.
on both sides, and then you can see probably that's where the rope is right there.
But the thing is, on the map, those 2 roads at the top are too obvious, and they set long instructions with a lot of sniper points. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll
are
get
they
to that.
roads?
I agree with Odin on that. I guess we got like divide here. I guess we'll debate on that in a bit.
Yeah. Once I got both pictures for you and Sneaky and Zeth to fight.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
What's his idea?
All right.
Extraction here is a sniper's game. With
Daddy
plenty of
Sheriff.
long-range sight
Winch
lines
again.
over
So
the
that area.
The
Wait.
best angles come at a cost, however.
Go back to that
because
little
it's a-
town shot. Let's see if we can see something in there.
Sure.
Just one dying.
That one? Right
yeah.
there?
Do we think that you can access any of these buildings? I mean, obviously you can fight around them, but
I don't
see,
think
there's
so.
ropes.
That top post looked like it's a climbable rope. I'm not sure though,
Almost,
but it definitely
getting the
looks like something.
Assassin's Creed vibe here with this.
There's also that's probably cinematic work on the bodies. That's probably not what it's gonna look like, to
Yeah.
be honest.
I'd be pretty upset if you couldn't go in any of the buildings, to be honest. Like, I'd like to go in a couple at least, you know? Like,
Well,
not
yeah, like I
necessarily.
would assume like they would have some big ones because obviously they gotta have. Well, no, the keeps are gonna be inside the castle, but they gotta have something. I would hate for you this would just be a place where you just run through to just get to the bigger places.
Yeah.
It's difficult for gameplay if you can go inside buildings. I don't know if that's what you guys are referring to. We know you can go like inside tents, but to go inside buildings would be really I don't know, like you're talking about. Remember the hiding? Oh, I shouldn't say it, but like there's some cheese tactics that would just kind of break the game almost. Be able to go into buildings.
Yeah, there are some.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Change sight lines over the winching
So
points.
sight lanes
The
of the
best
winching point. I think Zeth's right because they keep stating sight lines of the winching point, and each time they stated this, it's the same crossbow guy, and it looks like he's looking at the same place.
angles come at a cost, however, because
So
it's a long and perilous sprint.
I think
to reach
the
the
crossbowman is kind of like represents the fact that if you were out in the open and not in the castles, that there could be imminent danger, like the rangers could be attacking you, and you don't have a clear way to get at him. So kind of fits with what the description they were saying is like.
Also, what I would like to add, like I really hope Seth is right with the boat because I think that's a great opportunity, but I don't
yeah.
give Sumo enough credit for it, and I think those two roads are too obvious. That's why. But I would
Yeah.
love the boat to be an extraction point.
Because that way you have an extraction on either side, and like if you choose the wrong side, you got to go all the way around to the other side, unless they made like an easy way to go across, which I think would be stupid. Like I want to make sure that you either have to climb a rope all the way up and go down on the other side to get to the other extraction. Like if they just make a fucking bridge, I'd be pissed.
Yeah, we'll
But-
get to that in a bit.
Yep.
Objective.
We only got like, oh, look at that, we're done. Bada bing! And then here we go. Here's the maps. One of them is from Zeth. I think this one's from you, Zeth.
Yep.
And
That
then
was
this
mine.
one is Sneaky. So let's first go on Zeth's. Now, he thinks that each winch will be on either side of the boat. He thinks this will be Team Spawn 1, Team Spawn 2. And what does this 3 mean? Is that like a...
Third extraction point, possibly. There's got to be something there because that whole middle area is wasted otherwise. I mean, if
Right.
they only think that the two teams are going to fight each other there between their spawns, why would they do that? So
Exactly.
It could
I
also
don't
be.
know.
It could also be a sheriff patrol place.
No, we
Sheriff's
already
confirmed
know.
right
we know,
here.
the
yeah,
bri-
we know where he patrols.
Oh, okay.
God, y'all just fucking blew out my eardrums right there. Alright, there we go.
I'll keep my mouth closed.
Oh, I do agree with Seth on that as well. By the way, I think they're because they talked about having 2 or 3 extraction points, and if there's a third, it's got to be lower midtown because if the vault is in the upper area, the key of the sheriff is in the upper area, the extraction points are in the upper area. Why do you need the bottom half? It's a waste of half the map.
Agreed. I think that would be cool, or maybe have like... yeah, there's gotta be something going on there. Now let's look at Sneaky's, because he...
By the way,
What up?
I went frame by frame on the videos for this, and let me look at it on Discord so it's a little bigger. But I could be wrong about the extractions. Probably the text is too small to read, but I wrote extraction in general area, so it could be by the boat for sure. I was going by frame, looking at the mini map in the gameplay. But the biggest difference that Zeth and I have is C on the lower portion. This is that I got from a frame, and I don't have. It's not the exact area, but the C capture point is in that general location, in between the two opposing spawn areas, and the right home spawn area is definitely like that. Unless they change it, that's going to be there for sure. And I added a few other little things like the red sticky tack or thumbtack on the right side is actually like a hidden tunnel, so that you can see you don't have to take the big bridge through the portcullis. If you want to get into the stronghold, you can go on to the. It's going to be a wooden bridge. We've seen that shot while we were watching the
Yeah.
cinematic of like the wooden bridge. Those what those thin bridges are, like they're wooden ones, and you go up the side and get in there.
Oh,
And for the B spawn, the B and A capture points, those are pretty much accurate as far as the frames go. So there's some differences, but
Yeah.
I could be wrong on the extractions, but that's just what I think they're going to be in the top because we've seen in the map of uh, what's it called, Outpost, when we seen the blueprint for Outpost, one of the what do you call those extraction points were like off in the distance, and they had a similar style as this coastal map does. It's like a long bridge,
right.
and it's
And
just off.
it's the only part in the map with two of those bridges or land
Yeah.
masses, whatever, and it just looks
Only
too obvious.
only
And it's
thing
designed
that
to like
makes me
allow the enemies to have an opportunity to like make counterplays, and like ranged characters can shoot from a distance and make a counterplay and that kind of stuff. I think that was like the idea why the extraction points should be like long drawn out areas.
only issue I have with this is that reason why I think there might be an extraction on one of the bridges, but I don't think both. I think there might be maybe an extraction on one bridge, one on the boat, and one down there because Rogue or Robo makes a good counter argument. There's no point in C if there's nothing close to there. So if there was an extraction point where Zeth said, then that would make C a valuable spawn, and then like let's say B would be a valuable spawn for the boat, and A would be a valuable spawn for the left bridge. So I could get that.
I
I
do hope they go for 3 extraction points or maps these big.
Oh yeah, I hope they go for more to be honest, but yeah.
I agree with
Uh,
Robo and all you guys about C, but I literally have if I can find it in 2 seconds, if not, it's not a big deal. But I have a picture where that C in between the two home spawns is literally frame by frame, like in that location. And they could change it, but so it's not really like me speculating. That's just from like the
No, I'm
trailers.
not
And
like I believe you 100% on the spawns. I'm just talking about extractions. I think it's like Odin said it's way too obvious to just have them one on each bridge. And plus that
why?
means that because let's say because the enemy team has A and B, literally you're dropping the other team. Like if the team has A and B and they're extracting, there's no possible way the other team could get there. If you
it
got to
might
go through here, go through a tunnel, go through all the guards, go through here, and plus it honestly doesn't even look like those are accessible because if you look, the castle's right here, and unless you can like go all the way around, maybe.
This is the way I see it. To get to those extraction points in the northern areas, you need to go through the castle. And the description of this video said that like you're going to be exposed if you're not inside the castle. So I think this is going to be like Odin and I were saying, like sort of castle centric area. And look at the thick bridge in the northern area. I think that this is going to be like one of the most obvious ways to access the east and the west castles to go through there. And
Yeah.
I think it kind of is in line with the A and the B, but again, who's to say? I don't know. I wouldn't mind it being the boat, honestly.
Robo's
The
got a good
biggest issue
point.
that I have with it being up here on this map is that from a gameplay perspective, it makes sense to be the boat because you have all the walls, you have all the stairways that are marked there. So it's fun. But with at the top, if you look, there's a wall and it's open space. That's boring. It doesn't make sense from a game design perspective to have it there. I mean, from a defense standpoint, it sort of makes sense just because we don't know what's up there. But there's no cover, there's no walls. There's just one wall or one tower shoots towards you. And it just seems a little one dimensional in that respect. Whereas if you're fighting over that central area, there's just so much going on that there's a lot of interesting play that can happen there with those two. We know that there's a tunnel that goes under because we saw, where there's the multi level area that we were looking at.
Yeah.
there's staircases up and down. You're gonna have to get through the walls, because if the treasures are in the buildings, you're not gonna be able to run just straight to the wall and over. You're gonna have to take those multiple staircases down, or you may have to go underground at the tunnel. So it's gonna take a while to get from what you have listed as A and B spawn points, which I agree. I think this A and B spawn points are gonna be somewhere around there. And I think those are gonna be where the treasure is, somewhere in those buildings. So you're gonna have to work your way
Definitely.
through that.
I think, in my honest opinion, because I honestly don't think those bridges are actually playable area. By the looks of it, it looks like that area isn't even going to be accessible, to be honest.
If you go a little bit to the left, top left of the castle.
Yep.
So yeah, there at the top of the castle, it looks like a big gate or something. There, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have
That's
to go
what-
through the castle and go out there. That's what I think. I think that's going to be a big ass portcullis.
And on the other
there,
side too, look into the right on the east castle, and you see the big it's right there. Another
It's a
potential
back door, I would think, too. It could just be a back door to the main area. You don't always have to go the frontal assault, because there's always multiple ways in. So there's the portcullis bridge, there's the hidden bridge, there's going around the side to the back gates, and there's probably ropes to get up. I bet you there's 5 or 6 different ways to get in each side.
Yeah, I
Definitely.
think a mix of everyone. I think there's going to be, because of course, we don't know if extractions can be random, to be honest. We don't know. But in our experience ourselves, we don't know, and also in gameplay, we don't know. So I would obviously,
It's all speculation.
Yeah, all speculation. If extractions can be random, it would be so easy to either pick one of the bridges, pick one of the sides of the boat, and pick one of the sides of the town. And have 6 extractions, but it can pick out 2 or 3 of them. I think that
They
would
need to be symmetrical, though. I mean, at least, or even Dr. Venn said it. You don't want it to be too unbalanced to one side or the
Exactly.
other. Yeah, it's got to be. That's also why the boat makes sense, because even
Because
if there's
it's in the center of
difficulty getting
everything.
from one side, you still have bridges that allow you to cross. Because imagine, you spawn in A and you have to get to the extraction side on B. That's going to take forever and a day to get over there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I got
That's
a few
also-
more pictures I just uploaded to the Discord that might give a little bit of
Right
shine a
on.
little bit of light too,
Let me go to 'em.
where we can look at the minimap.
That first one, I think, is the main bridge from the town in, probably.
You uploaded, I think, the same picture. Is that the
On
same
on
map?
right side of the map. Oh, it's in new map deets, and it's 3 pictures. It's
Yeah,
very,
but it's
no?
oh, but
yes, it's
isn't that
all coastal. Yeah.
yeah? But the map looks like the exact same map.
I'm not sure what you mean. There's a screenshots of gameplay. You see
Oh,
them?
you're talking about those. Okay.
But
All
yeah, you probably can't see the mini map on the stream very well, so it's probably not worth showing. But
Oh, I can do it. Hold up.
Hmm.
I can do it real quick. Bada bing. There's one. That's, you can see C, B, and A, and there's the little thingamajig, and you can see B's definitely behind inside one of those inside that castle, and C's obviously in the other castle.
no, C is not. A would be in the castle.
Yeah, A and B are both, and I think he's actually running backwards.
Yes, yeah.
And then
'Cause
here's
if
the
you
other
look-
one.
He's facing south.
Yeah,
And this one you see C, A, and B.
because you can see the 2 pillar-looking things that are kind of like, it almost looks like 2 pips on a die
Yeah.
in the
Yes.
mini map.
This
Yep.
section is in the southeastern region of the map. The second one where he's hopping over the fence,
Yeah.
and so it leads me to believe that the C spawn is in between the home spawns.
Right, and then this one is the next one at a fight, and you see a home spawns right there, and that's at, I think, the opposite side, because wasn't the, but of course this because
Well,
this,
Razor just posted something in general chat. That's cool,
Oh.
Razor. Thank you for the credit.
oh, thank you. What's it called? So yeah, we see where that stuff's going, but of course these look like mini maps are rotating, do they not? Like it looks like the mini map's rotating.
Yes,
Oh,
they are.
oh, it
They've
is.
been inconsistent, but in their
I get
placement
it.
of it.
No, I get it. I see exactly, and you could probably figure out exactly where that home spawn is. That's why I get why your map's extremely accurate. All
Yeah.
right, let's go ahead and X that out. Okay, and then what else do we have? Oh yeah, this is Kokax's response. There is no weather impact. I think it's just the bridges are very exposed. Yeah, Kokax never just says, "Yeah, that's a thing." He's like, "I think it's a thing," which I
There's
get it.
something Andrew Willens specifically said sort of relates to this, is that in one of the early interviews, I think like February or something like that, they talk about how they want to make darkness be a factor for being able to hide on maps. And a way that they could do that is, instead of having all the maps be like nighttime, is that they would have weather to kind of make it give the representation that, okay, it's not full daylight, so like on the Citadel map, we know it's like pitch black nighttime, and there's a lot of light sources, but that way if you're out in the open, you're not going to get seen as much. And then the interview kind of went into that, how the map design itself with regards to how it looked. So I'm assuming the weather, and also like some of them are at dawn, some are at dusk, some are at night, so that way there is some play on the darkness level and your ability to sneak around the maps depending on how they're designed. And I think the weather is a good representation of how they make it look like it's not 100% daylight.
I agree.
All right, we only have 2 more maps, and we're gonna have to stop this stream because we're actually running around 30 minutes over. So let's try to
It's all
do.
good.
Well, I don't know about Odin and Monkey. It's probably like 4 o'clock
Oh,
now.
we can keep a map for next week.
It's
Yeah, we
almost
could-
3, dude. You need to learn to count.
Oh,
Shit, man! I swear, NA maths.
hey, you know what? My clock says 8:54. That's the only clock I care about right now. I'm just trying to be.
That's American time.
I'm just
That's
trying to
right.
be nice about
It's
it.
freedom time.
It's Florida time.
Gosh,
The Florida
all right.
boys are running the show.
So right now we got some marshland. This is a marshland map. This is credit to Sneaky for all this. He's been going frame by frame, figuring out everything. So he's actually getting like most of the spawns and most of the B points all super freaking accurate. So this is marshlands. You see facing this way. You see the you see the map, the picture of him running, and then you see the keys right there. So I would think that only reason why he would be running this way with the key is if he's probably trying to go into one of these keeps.
Yeah, there could be a vault in the northwestern like stronghold. Just before, I just want to get this out of the way in case you guys are interested in lore or anything like that. Newton Abbas, this is, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, is John Naylor's original hometown and got like destroyed by the state or whatever. And the reason why we're here, or the sheriff is here, is he's looking at, he's come to look at the tax money. This is the area where between the two places he's walking back and forth on this big map, and this is where the taxes are before it gets sent to Citadel. So there's when you gonna I got that from, I think, the progression video or one of the overviews. So when we start playing the game and when we're in our forest hideout, we're going to see a lot of context behind why the maps are designed the way they are and why the sheriff is even patrolling this area in the first place, and why he's patrolling this particular bridge, and so on and so forth. So they put a lot of work in behind all of that. Whether you guys care to look at it, I'm not big on lore, but I just, what else are we gonna do? But I found that kind of amusing.
Agreed.
I actually disagree with the way that he's facing. I think he's actually facing to the left of the arrow, because if you line up those 3 little islands to the left, he's facing the direction of them, and you have it facing perpendicular to it. So it's actually should be facing to the bottom right, because he's looking the way of the long island just a little bit to the right.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I see that.
But it's the general, you got the area exactly pretty much right there, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right,
The interesting thing is the spawns on this, because this is a very asymmetrical map compared to the other ones. So it's a little more challenging to design it correctly without it being a little favoring one side or the other. And you have, of course, that screenshot blocking the bottom left, but I'm thinking the bottom left and right corners are still going to be the home spawns again.
Yeah.
Yeah, right there. Right there. Check the chat. Let me see. Let's go on with the chat.
I don't see anything going on.
Is this the thing you sent us, Razor, with your graphics?
Oh, he's thanking us. I'm looking at the picture now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what it said. Is the
Appreciate
credits to us.
Oh,
That's
thanks,
cool.
man.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it so
that.
much.
Thank you.
And then next one, we got another little tidbit. It says, "Where is she?" It shows like a little loop, and it shows C, B, and A, and we can see that she's pretty much on that little island right there. And there's got to be the wooden bridge right there.
Yeah, I think this map is going to favor the ranged characters quite a bit because between these two pictures, it looks like we have a lot of open areas. I mean, obviously, until you, a lot of your gameplay is going to be within those strongholds, but until that time, we've even seen, I think it was the Hunter gameplay trailer where she was under a bridge and she threw some smoke. You guys remember that? And the Hunter was trying to shoot at her and he couldn't. And you can't ping through that. And it's like really favoring long distance like gameplay rangers and stuff. So uh, if you can, look at maps before when you're in the lobby before the game starts, you may want to consider switching around your roster a little bit to kind of favor the map. So maybe you could go. I'm a fan of doing like all like equal, like Took, Brawler, Hunter, Ranger. But like if you're confident, like you could maybe go 2 Robins or something, or maybe forego Took. No, I'm just kidding.
Let's just go
Never.
for hunters, bro. Just for hunters. Bada bing.
Against
All right.
Sumo Digital.
All right. All right, next map. And then we got one more snippet of learning more about how the map works. And we have this guy. He's facing... Making sure you didn't get this one wrong, too. But, nah, this one's perfect. But if you look forward, you see there's an extraction right there. Right in front.
Oh my gosh.
Which is really weird. So that means extraction is probably on that island, bro.
The hell?
Sure, it's not on the other side of the wall. I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean it's right there. It could be. I would think it's outside.
But look, he's aiming at through the smoke. We never saw that in the trailer, but that could easily just be them trying to winch.
I think it's in that little bay. You know that little. You see where the water ends in the far right? It could be like there.
Yeah, I'm thinking it could be on the land, even past the wall.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right, because he's aiming even past the wall.
Even.
So maybe. Well, there's the bridge, and he's on the bridge, right?
It's a different bridge. Yeah.
Yeah, he's on the bridge.
I think beyond that, the thick bridge.
I think right there.
Yeah, even on the land to the right of that.
Yeah, far east.
Yeah, far east.
It's just like right there.
Yeah, field. Yeah, it could be anywhere. Yeah, right around there.
Well, it is interesting. Like that is legit. So we just saw something new. Their extraction is probably right here, which makes sense if you get the keeps right here. Grab the key, grab the chest. Just go through this thing, go down here, walk through, and just post it right here.
But guys,
like a wagon there to load up or something.
These guys have
something like
that. They have a propensity to put the extractions, the winches, off in fields. We've seen that from Outposts, and that's why I think that's sorry guys, but I think that's why it's going to be like north of, the last map we looked at, coastal. That's why I think it's going to be north, because they always seem to put their winches, their extractions off in fields so that you can make counterplay.
Really like open areas just to be a pain in the dick, don't they? All right, sorry about that. Next one. Map sizes. I think this was Odin.
Mine just slow. Oh, here we go. Okay.
All right. So this is really interesting because you can see the size of portcullises and how they look compared to each map size. You can actually get a kind of a generalization of how big a map will be. So now, of course, we now have coastal, so we could even compare coastal now. But it looks like Graveyard probably be one of the smallest ones. Outpost looks like a medium, and right now marshlands and coastal look like a large. That's what I'm thinking.
Absolutely.
Outpost looks pretty tiny though.
Well, look at
Yeah,
the field.
because
Oh yeah, you can barely see the river. Yep. And the other thing that we don't see in any of these, of course, is how deep do they go? How high do they go? There could be so many levels and so much extra there.
oh,
Yeah, there's a level of
definitely.
like verticality that we can't see there. Yeah.
And then let's
So,
see. Oh, go
what
ahead.
map do you guys think is bigger, coastal or marshlands? And even chat could answer too. Which map do you guys think is bigger? Because I'm not convinced. I kind of maybe coastal.
I'm thinking
Do you have
coastal.
Coastal.
do you have a picture to side by side them?
Yes, I can do that. Let me do that, and then let me go
Um,
here.
Marshland has a lot more. I don't want to use the word wasted space, but it has a lot less playable space that's not just kind of out there and open. Well,
Mhm.
maybe not. I mean, there's a lot of water we can't go in also on the other one.
Mm-hmm.
So
Which I feel
interesting.
like but Nethos said there's this is all shallow water, so he said you should
Yeah.
be able to walk through all this because it's marshlands.
Yeah.
Wonder if it slows you down.
No, he
that.
said it doesn't.
Yeah.
He
That's odd.
said, yeah, he said that it's. We asked him if there's any animation change, and I think he said no, if I remember correctly.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Again, I couldn't say like which one was bigger. I think on the outside marshland might be bigger, but we don't know the verticality of the maps.
I think
Yeah.
Coastal's a medium map. That just might be
But it's
me.
got huge towers in
Yeah,
it.
that's what I'm saying though. Like the size, like as we're saying, we're not taking it into account, right? You've got the size of the map as it is there, right? So like from how long would it take you to get from one side to the other? That's what we're measuring it. But you're not measuring it against the fact that or that tower, like that could have a very complex interior, or again, there
Or
should
like
be
have
some
like
sort
4
of
stories.
yeah, like so. For example, it could only take you 10 minutes, not 10 minutes. I mean, I'm just exaggerating a bit here for demonstration's sake. But like, if one map takes you 10 minutes to walk from left to right of it, but the other map only takes you, 7 minutes to do so. Like, that's not to say that the 7 minute map doesn't have more complex and intricate interior areas or more verticality
Or
to it,
like if
right?
it instead of taking you like 1 minute to go inside and grab the chest, it takes you like 3 minutes going through a bunch of corridors.
Yeah, like if there's a
Yeah.
much larger inside area on a certain map, then it doesn't need to be wide, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? It doesn't
Yeah.
have to have a lot of outside space as long as it has the inside space that matters, the one it's focusing on.
The question would be, the more accurate question would be like, how long is this map? It doesn't matter maybe about the size, but as you say, if the complexity and there's multiple levels, some maps will probably. I'm guessing some maps might last longer. We don't know.
Yeah, it all
Hmm.
depends. And then we
Yeah.
finally
Some
have a little
extractions
little
might be really long.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then here's a little snippet. Um so this is a good little snippet from, I think it was one of the um
Overview trailer, the
yeah.
second last. Yeah.
So, Sheriff has come once again to oversee the collection of taxes and their escort back to Citadel. The marshes and the patrols will make it difficult. The marshes and patrols will make it difficult who seek to steal riches from beneath the sheriff's nose. However, this area is shrouded in a heavy blanket of mist, which will allow outlaws to move around a little easier without being spotted. So it
Love
might
it.
be this thing wherever. Remember, Andrew Willen was saying how like darkness and how he wants maybe some areas to be harder. Maybe in certain areas there's mist and you can actually be even harder to spot, or you might even be go invisible maybe.
Yeah.
Reduce sight ranges too, so that because since it's such a big open map, it screams tons of rangers for range. But if you can't see them past a certain point, then that balances it.
So it's important to note as well, just from like a developer standpoint, from what I've read, the characters, rivals, people are always rendered no matter the distance. But the AI, after a certain distance, they're kind of, I don't know the terminology or how it works, but they're kind of like invisible or like not targetable, or they're just sort of not present from the game anymore. So it could be, there could be. I think Mile. I don't know if he's still in here, but I remember he told me he had a. Hey, remember that? You said that you killed a Marianne while she was stealth in a bush or something like that.
Yes, from the tower
Uh,
on the
Yo,
graveyard.
can I just point out something really quick, really fast? Is what's it? Is Robo allowed to be in here in the call with us? Because he doesn't have the role in order to get into the channel.
NDA. You're free to.
Potter?
What do you
Potter.
mean?
Yeah, like he's in the chat, but
No, it
but
means
it's-
NDA. How he killed an invisible Marianne. By the way, something.
Yes. That's why I
NDA.
said it.
Yeah.
No, he's in the Discord. He can come in if he wants, Robo. I don't think he's.
yeah, because he's been there. I just wondered if there's a reason that he wasn't in here.
Oh, okay. Maybe
We
he
don't want him.
We don't
Hey, you're
want
welcome
him,
to
that's
come.
right.
Don't mind.
Number one Ranger in all of beta.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right there,
Well,
folks.
Volkswagen was up there too, though.
It feels bad, Mile.
No, it doesn't feel bad, man. Robo deserves all the Robin recognition.
He's in, but he's muted.
Yellow Robo.
I am in.
Hello.
Hello.
To be fair, Mile, I think even I was a better Robin than you. To be honest with you, just saying.
Bro, y'all going into NDA
Ju-
territory.
Just
Sure.
saying. I was sniping you more than you were sniping me there.
Sure, bro. Whatever makes you sleep easier at night.
What about the Volkenfanger?
Oh, bro, he was an amazing person, to be honest. He was
I
really
just
awesome.
I couldn't do anything.
Bro,
Was
he
he
was
that
like,
good?
oh, he was really good.
People were he could be watching, so I don't want to say anything, but I'll say he was good.
Oh, he was amazing, bro. I had him
He
on my
was a
team.
good shot, but I never really had trouble countering him because he didn't watch out for other Robins. He was very good at holding down points.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely, bro. I couldn't even
So
get a
as
winch
someone
if he
who
was there.
wasn't a Robin, just sat on the outside, yeah, I could see him being real trouble because he was very accurate.
We're getting
I would say we
very-
definitely had the most fun playing against each other. So even though we all were mostly on the same team, we had plenty of times we fought each other, and sometimes we were the only ones we could play against because
There was only
Yeah.
one match I'm salty about, and it was Mile, Sneaky, I think it was Hostility, and another guy. And I just want to say, fuck you. All right?
Hey, I had like 10 hours in at that time. Okay,
Fucking
That's
sweat
saying
lords.
something.
No, I'm not
And
Sneaky.
so
You're
was
you're
the match.
okay, but fuck you for that match. There's no
Which
reason
match?
why it
That
should
one
last that
match.
long. There's no reason why it should last that long. End of
Okay,
NDA
that was that one
discussion.
match we
That's
all
not
had. Yeah.
Which match you talking
we
about?
know.
Okay,
Uh,
there was a
There
match.
was-
I don't think this is NDA, but there was a match
Uh,
on Graveyard, and I was with the
NDA,
crew with me and Miles.
Yeah, that was it.
There were
Yeah,
That was
Nice.
NDA right there.
and okay, look, say Graveyard.
Bear in mind that the maps that we got to play in the
We
beta
had so
weren't
many kills.
actually released.
We had so many kills, but they were playing objective, and guess how it ended?
Well, there's
Okay.
an objective in the game. That's NDA, bro.
That's NDA, bro. Come on, bro.
You can
Sneaky,
kill
I'm-
the
You
other
guys gotta know
outlaw.
what happened, what we're talking about.
There was one match that
Okay.
I remember on one of the maps that lasted so long because of the other team. And
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Fucking assholes. Not
Everyone
naming,
here knows which match I'm talking about.
not naming
yeah.
names, but y'all are fucking assholes. But
Yeah.
what the fuck?
I don't know who you are. I don't know where you are, but fuck you.
I know I put an arrow through one of yours heads, and it was the most satisfying shot I've had.
Oh, I remember that. You're like, fuck them. Oh, bro. Oh, okay. We're going real NDA. We gotta stop. Okay. All right. What we're doing? All right.
Present to the people who watched to the very end.
Wait a
Yeah,
minute,
present to the
there's-
people.
There's arrows in the game. What the fuck?
What the fuck, NDA, bro? Hunter
Yeah.
can dodge? What the fuck, NDA?
Bro, you can't
Invisible
talk about that.
iframes?
It's based on
NDA.
hood.
To be fair,
Objective?
to be fair, the iframes part is probably it.
Well, no, I suggested there might be because in our video we showed someone attacking a Marianne. She dodged and didn't take any damage.
Oh, that
I'm-
Marianne definitely went through that took miss.
Mm-hmm. So, I'm just making assumptions, bro.
Exactly.
He's drinking the milkshake, guys.
Oh,
He's sucking on his milkshake.
That's
Suck
fine.
it in.
Again.
all right. Do we want to end it here, or do we want to go to Stormograd?
Do we know much about Stormogrand though?
I mean,
So
we
not
got
a lot.
42. We may as well go the full 3 hours.
Yeah.
Alright, well,
It's a
we just-
map.
We just have. It is a map. We just have 5 pictures.
Yes,
That's all.
no.
Now this
Well,
is what
dude-
this is. In case you guys don't know, let me see. Is we actually knew about this is Storgramont. Means bleh, 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 bleh. Whatever the fuck the names. It's just some fucking weird name.
Profession.
Stormgramond, I think it's called.
Not storm, but store.
Stormgramond.
It doesn't exist, guys. Remember.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
doesn't. Kokax confirmed. Doesn't exist. All right. This
But we
now
have
here's
gameplay pictures of it.
here's the
Multiple.
weirdest. Here's the weirdest thing, guys. These
Can we
stills,
have
which
F in chat for that Robin, please? Thank you.
oh yeah, that Robin. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
no,
do it
he's
right
good.
now. But yeah, he's dead. He's got 2 knights plus a freaking crossbow man. He dead. But let me tell you guys, this
That's
screen
actually
grab.
Flash.
This is gonna be the DLC map that's coming in Season 0, Season 1. This trailer is from the first trailer they released in October. That means this map was done since October. And that kind of ticks me
Technically.
off, bro.
Technically, Kokas didn't lie because it's not in the game
You're right.
right now.
It's not in the
Mastermind
game.
at work.
It's just fucking, well, done in quotation marks, but dude, this isn't the only screen grab I got. Obviously AI work, the fucking castle works. Let's go to the next one. This freaking market town in Storgramond. There's a checkpoint, but the only thing weird about this one, you can even see mountain pass and watermill plus the chest. But most of the well, it may not be done, but it was playable since October.
Well, what tells me that's really old is that the
Circle.
it's circular,
Yeah.
Instead of square.
and
spawn
all
point.
the new ones we've seen are square.
Yeah.
Right. Unless they're going to be like, oh, we're going to be unique with this one, but I doubt it. They probably were like, why do... They're probably like, oh, the icon is square, but we make circle. Let's make it square too.
Says
But-
Market Town there. That's interesting. There's a town part to it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's interesting that they have an extraction sort of, it looks to be in the midst of this, almost maybe the center of the map or within a lot of things, whereas where a lot of the other maps were kind of like off in a corner, right?
Right.
It could just be the 2 corners of the map, though. We don't know since we don't have a big map. Like one could be a mountain in a corner, another could be a watermill in the other corner.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
But you
that's a
can
good
see
one.
by the distance, it's not that far. In the
Well,
other...
It just says it's to the left, so it could be behind you to your left. Like it could be
Ah,
almost
true.
directly behind you and still be showing that way.
And then
So
we have another picture, which this is what weirded me out. I would need you guys' advice. Does that hunter look like she has a hood on, or do you think that's just a weird graphical thing and that's just
CGI,
concept
I think.
art?
I think it's just
No, it looks like hair for me.
Yeah, I was gonna say it could be hair. It could be.
No, it's a
also
mantle.
early graphics. So
That's
they
what I
might-
was thinking. Is that
It's a
like,
mantle.
Yeah,
these
it looks...
gameplay pictures were probably also very old, which means
Oh,
the
yeah.
skin designs might not be finished at that point.
It's just, it doesn't look like a very sharp image. Everything is kind of smooth if you look at the rest of the textures. So I think it is her hair and like
Also, that is
maybe an
really
older
interesting.
one. And also I don't think it's a gameplay image. I think it's like a part of a trailer, the one where she's assassinating the
This
Robin.
also looks like it's probably all of them are bright. So I guess there's like a snow blind effect on this map, so that you can't snipe too far. Because you look in the distance, it becomes really hard to see any of the structure out there.
Oh, yeah.
So it'd be hard to snipe on this map too. Kind of
What's
like
going to
the
be
fog.
interesting though is
Yeah.
that with that fog, the glint is going to be harder to see.
Oh, yeah.
That glint we saw earlier on those range characters that we think
Mhm.
may or may not be there is going to be harder to see through that fog.
Storgramond OP must nerf.
This is the map that most interests me by far. It just looks to be very different than the other.
You good? You good?
Me?
Oh, did Zeth just die?
And
It's
his
very unique.
wife.
Oh, what the fuck
Hello?
happened?
Hello.
Did just die? Oh, he's old, but I hope not.
Hello. You hear me?
Yeah, we can
There you
all
are.
hear you.
Maybe Cross is dead.
No, I'm
Yeah.
alive. I thought you died. Everything just randomly just
I
cut
mean,
out.
if he's old doesn't mean he has to die. That's
That's right. Don't do that to me yet.
Alright, now I think we have one more picture. Which this was actually really funny because we know that's a crosshair. So, what the fuck? We know that's a crosshair. So someone that's probably a John looking behind him while the hood is sliding. So that's actually a really funny way to get a screen grab, unless they're doing a first person type thing just to get that screenshot.
Yeah, they could have like a quasi spectator mode or something where like the developer tools allow them to like traverse the map as an invisible person or something. Because on the mini map, there's like 3 characters, but in the names there's just Nicholas B and Callist. So
Yeah,
and then
there's
the person has a reticle, so it's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, it's weird because even then, if you look at the map, you can see there's 2 blue blips and then there's a white arrow. So someone else is in the game, but it's not the 2 blue blips.
Yeah,
so this
I think
might be
developer tools. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
Also, what I find quite interesting is that health bar we see in the ground.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's Callist. And then the other one we got. This is the last one, and it's them climbing a rope on top of a castle. And we actually, when we get the maps, we pretty much know where everything is now.
I'm not convinced that this is the right map because it looks too dark.
It could be coastal, yeah.
I also want to say
coastal.
that the last map we looked at, the last photo, it looked like coastal.
Yeah, because if you look on the mini map on the last
it
frame,
says docks. Yeah.
there's a lot of water, so I don't
Also
think
look in the-
I don't think that's Storgramont because that's a mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. That's
There's the short video we get where they're at an extraction point though that I don't think you have a picture of it, but it's in one of the gameplay videos where it show like right there where that is. It's similar to that. We saw a winch and we saw Robin come out around an archway that's like that archway.
Yeah,
and he was shooting at somebody.
Robin's trailer.
I forget which video that was. One of the regular gameplay ones. I don't remember if it was a character. I don't think it was a character one.
I think it was the Oh no, I thought it was the Ranger one.
I put it in. It's in new map deeds. If you scroll a little bit up, I posted it.
Let me grab that real quick.
Oh yeah, he's got part of it there.
And the extraction point is called Mountain Pass.
Yeah, nice.
Map deeds. Is it all the way up? Oh, there we go. I got it. Open original. There we go. Mountain Pass, and if we look at that one, it says Market Town. But they could easily just rename them. But that looks
the
like the exact
Market Town
same place.
is just where they are. That's not so they're different sections.
Right.
And the other thing is, look, that's got the old winch points, so we know they've had the map a long time.
Oh my lord! No! Look at this right now. If you actually look at it, C is Mountain Pass. Look, right there. Mountain Pass is at 69, and that means that the extraction is down that tunnel.
Like if you load up the other photo you just had pulled up, it doesn't look like C is the other one. Go pull up the other
one.
Look,
B right there.
C is a spawn, not an extraction.
Sorry, B. I meant. Look,
those
B's
are
right
spawn
there.
points.
B, yes, yeah.
And then B's right there.
Yeah,
so
it looks like
this
the map is updated on one of them, or like more detailed on the Ranger one. Because remember, one came from October and one's like in January or something. The one on the right is like October, I think. And
yeah, right's the newer one.
Left is the new is the Hood gameplay video.
That's right. Yeah.
Yep, and you can see
we don't see the outside part like 2 seconds or so after that, when he comes out to the right, you can see all the snow outside.
Yep.
In our last video that we did last week, I mentioned that you can really clearly see it from there and get a better view of the bridge from that spot.
Yeah.
I think this is a tunnel, and you have to go around, and on one side it's the winch, and that winch looks really weird. It looks like that elbow is actually like clipping through the wall, through the
I think
ceiling.
this is the mountain pass, maybe? It's like maybe they're loading into a mining cart? I don't really
Maybe.
see one, but it kind of looks like that.
Yeah.
And then, there's
This is the
mountain
weird
pass right
thing
there.
about the one on the right, though. The picture on the right is that the capture point is right at the extraction zone. That's
Oh
really
no, no! Look, if you look closer,
Oh,
you see.
extracting the chest. Yeah, it's not extraction. Okay, yeah.
So if you look there,
Chest
B's
hole.
there. So yeah, extraction's on the other side of the bridge, and if you look at the spawn points, you have
Gotcha.
A and C, and behind them there's A and C. So, right, this probably is actually, to be honest, in the center of the map.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That
And
is
usually, like vaults are in concealed areas, and this kind of seems like it's just easily accessible.
Yeah, that's weird.
Extraction point in the middle definitely makes things a lot more interesting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's cover. There's a lot of cover on that one too compared to others.
Yeah, you have to go
underground.
inside the doors, which then will lead you open to arrow fire or like just a melee to come out the doors in a swarm.
But the winch spot is protected from a lot of angles. Like you have to come at it one or two
right
ways.
there. Yeah, there's a door right there, right in front of the winch, and then there's one further behind right there. And I think the ranger came from a door even further back. So I think there's at least 3 to 4 doors.
That door isn't really a door though, because in the video you come out, you see that it goes to a ledge. Somebody looking up the ranger video for it?
Yeah, let me get to it real quick.
If you think it's there, I didn't remember, but this is where it's taken from. Odin, is that where you got it from?
Yeah, it's
from
from
the
the
Hood
ranger for
game.
sure. Yeah.
Your gameplay, yeah.
Yeah, let me go ahead and get to it. I think this will be the last topic. Well, it is the last topic in general, but let me see. Getting it to your. Where's the
I think it's about at 46 seconds, 45.
hunter?
Yep.
Let me see.
47. Yeah.
Too many times.
Yeah, you can see it leads to an outside area.
So you said 45?
Yeah.
Yeah, 46, 47 is where you really see it.
Yeah.
There we go.
Game-winning headshots.
Go super slow-mo.
Yeah, I'm gonna go super slow-mo. Let me go ahead, go into settings, playback speed. There we go. Oh, that sounds wonderful. And then yeah,
Right
snowy.
here. See?
Yeah, I think it goes all the way around. I think
It's
there's
like
probably
it's
a path.
double. It almost looks like it's double leveled.
Don't
Yeah,
show
that's
that
what I
one.
think.
Yes. Don't show that next row.
That's your secret.
Yeah, that's where me and
So-
Robo are.
Verging on
camping.
NDA, guys.
But
Don't
yeah,
show
that's
it.
NDA.
a huge look
After,
at the
I want to
map.
share the secret though after this, but just keep talking about to the next scene though that Mile doesn't want to go to.
No, I don't want to go. Skip it.
Oh,
I got secrets
Which one?
now.
Which one?
Oh, that's me
Okay.
and Robo's secret.
At 54
That one?
seconds, I think I see a tunnel on the graveyard.
Secret
Wow.
tunnel.
Everyone should
What
know.
secret tunnel? There's no
Hey,
secret
he's gonna
tunnel.
look down after this
You-
shot.
Do you even show
Oh,
that?
guys,
That's
that looks like a really good sniper shot, actually.
You see the tunnel where Marianne
Tunnel?
is?
What? There's a tunnel where?
No, there's no tunnel there. I'll show
Oh,
you
with the
when we
shield.
get into game. I'll show you how you can pass, but there is no tunnel there. At least not on that side.
Where
But
is
that's
it?
That last
NDA.
shot there,
Oh,
that
shield.
shot
Right
just
there?
after this looks like it's really far away from the church.
Oh, look at that tunnel up there. Anyways, let's keep going. That one, yeah. That one's coastal, I think. right? That one's coastal, or is that one marshlands?
No.
Marshlands. Look at the fog. Marshlands.
Oh yeah, you're right. And then look how far he is.
Because
Wow.
I'd say that cathedral.
Oh, there's a circle point too. There's the sheriff.
Oh, yeah.
Dodge. Poke. Poke. Alright. Let's head back to podcast Discord. There we go. So we've discussed a lot. Alright. What do we... Oh, what the fuck happened? You want to see Melee Robin? I want to see Melee Robin.
Chat happy with the stream? Did we do good stuff?
I don't want to see
cover
Melee
everything?
Robin. Melee Robin gives me PTSD.
You want to see the damage? The damage numbers?
Melee Robin.
You want
Oh,
you,
no.
you want me to
Oh,
sum up?
wow.
You want me
That's
to
a
sum up
ban.
Melee Robin?
That's a man
Thanks, Matt.
right there.
Dead. That's how you sum up Melee Robin. It's just dead.
Oh yeah, I'll sum up Melee Robin for you.
Yes, that's
But
something.
here's the
that's
thing,
accurate.
though. Something
Pretty
like
accurate.
that, you could easily change the numbers to balance it
Yeah.
later on. So, I mean, what it is now is probably not what it'll be a couple months from now, possibly.
I want to tell
Possibly.
Dr. Ben something. There's this focus guy, Velociparam, in the Discord. He came in like a month ago. He spilled a whole bunch of NDA beans,
Hmm.
or maybe he got permission, and he was saying that I believe it's
Sure.
Akari Gray, but he didn't say. He said that there's someone on the Focus Home team who mains specifically Robin Melee, and he takes Razor Gauntlets and a few other perks, and that supplement each other, and he becomes like this melee-centric ranged character. And I believe it's a
Oh,
card.
so we know that the melee perks for Robin have been NDA breached.
Yeah, like Razor Gauntlets is public, and some of the other ones are not. But
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I didn't say
Robo,
it,
if you watched our last stream, you would have known we went over Robin's perks.
but-
I'm sorry.
Let's
I
see how
was in
much you
bed.
pay
Like, I probably
attention.
should be now because it's half
Are
3
we
in the
calling
morning.
it?
But
Are we calling it night, guys?
Yeah.
yeah, we discussed a
can.
lot.
We discussed a lot. We also talked a lot
Nobody
of
cares
details.
about John Perks anyway.
Yeah, no one cares about John's perks.
Wow.
Dude, only thing we know is 2 of them. It's
Hard
not
stuff.
even
Cares
worth
about
talking
John.
about.
you can use turkey heals as well.
Scotland forever.
He fucking
John-
he
How to sum up what we know about John's perks? John throw bomb, sometimes stick, sometimes not.
You're not wrong.
That's good.
That's the only
that
perk we
was
know.
that was golden.
Sounded like a leprechaun.
Sometimes stick,
Sounded
sometimes
like
no.
Leprechaun.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for watching. Let's go ahead and do our outros. Thank you so much for
Peace
watching.
out of this.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want. If you don't,
Yes.
fuck off.
Follow this guy. Follow
Don't
this
forget
guy.
to
Give him a
drop
follow.
follow.
Let's get him to triple digits. Let's
Yeah.
make him
That's what-
Triple
affiliate.
digits.
When the
Guys,
game
like-
drops, don't watch Summit. Don't watch Ninja. Watch Double Cross. Okay, he's the guy to go to for Hood stream.
You can
Guys,
join my
subscribe-
Discord with the
subscribe to
link.
my
Jesus
Twitch where I
Christ.
upload
Imagine
no
Ninja playing this.
No, he will not.
What did you say to me, you little shit?
League of
Legends. Ugh.
I
Fun,
think
fun.
the answer is Afro Took.
Afro Took.
Afro Took is always the answer.
Always.
Yes, so that's what we say.
And if you disagree, then it's a sheriff ban for you.
Banned.
Dude, this
Less
That was
Robin's-
Odin's creation.
Dude, this Robin stream sniping.
That is for the win.
but like fucking dude, the sheriff stream sniping. What the fuck?
Odin makes all the memes. He's got the sheriff
Guys.
band. He's got the Scotland meme.
Yeah.
Remember
Heart
that guy
star
who
meme.
complained? Who complained about getting killed more times from the sheriff than the actual people? Remember that guy who complained?
Yeah, I remember him.
I said that.
No, there was like a guy complained on YouTube, I think, or Reddit was it, when he got killed more times. Sheriff got him
That's
killed more
sad.
times than the actual players.
All
and
I
he was
know
complaining.
is if
Beta.
there's one
The beta
person.
Discord. Not in
only-
the air. I was in the beta squad. Yeah.
Yeah, this sheriff guy keeps fighting me. He must be stream sniping. What the fuck? He's always behind me.
Everyone jumped on him, and it's like, bro, you have like not even 1 hour in the game.
What's it go? Oh, the one person I don't want with me during any kind of, if I ever want to go stealth, is Zeth. That's all I gotta say.
No. We go loud
I
and we
do
go
feel
proud.
bad for all the guys in the beta though, and I'm
We're
sure
here and
you
we're
guys
queer.
had this.
Oh, jeez.
I
Yeah,
didn't
that's-
say all that.
Yeah,
I'm
that
sure you
is
guys
like
had
doing
to.
the American army style, loud and gun blazing.
Loud and proud.
Can't wait to
Alright.
play. Don't forget to
we
donate
can't
to the
either.
stream.
Don't forget to
don't.
donate.
My name must be immortalized.
Nobody donates to Double Cross. You can only
No.
subscribe, but do not donate.
Then they
You
can't
can't
even
subscribe.
subscribe
You
yet.
can't even subscribe to
only
him, bro. That's
follow.
a bad case.
I'm tired of
Yeah.
seeing Zeth Nero recent donation every 2 seconds. Come on, somebody donate.
You know what? I'm actually gonna turn my notifications off for fucking double, to be honest. And don't even want to fucking see them anymore. Fuck you.
God damn. Okay, guys.
Zed got retirement money.
At $1 from Zeth.
Fucking dead streamer.
Guys, come on, get him out of the closet. You can send this guy
God.
some money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get me out of the
I'm gonna
closet,
drop
bro.
him 6 next month. I'm gonna
Well,
drop
I
him
mean, if he
6.
bothered to put pants and a shirt on and actually showed up to stream without eating, oh gosh, give me money.
I'm
Just
No,
like
guys, he was
sitting.
just
He
sucking on
likes
his
being in the
milkshake.
closet, sucking on milkshakes. So
Okay.
He loves
Alright.
this
We'll,
suck.
we'll
You
just leave
know,
him in the closet sucking.
I think,
on
You
I think
his
it's time. I think
realize-
it's time to end it. Yeah.
How easily I could just click end stream, but I'm letting us talk.
Imagine
Because you
that
like the
we're all
abuse.
gonna unfollow.
All right.
And stream over. Alright, so thank you guys for watching. Tune in. We'll see if we'll do
Double
it next
sucks
Friday.
milkshakes.
Yeah, double sucks on
Maybe
milkshake,
next
sure.
week.
Maybe next week, we'll see. This probably isn't gonna be a constant thing. But we'll see what we can do over next week, because we covered a lot of shit, and I don't think unless they release
I
a
doubt we'll get any
fucking
more information
New
that's
map?
worth
30-minute
while.
gameplay.
I have a serious question.
Uh-oh,
So
it's a
on the
trick.
release day of Hood, can you actually like stream yourself sucking a milkshake, please? Now, like I just want to see you just sit there with a milkshake, and I just want to see you suck it. Like just on the release day, to mark the launch of Hood, you need to suck a milkshake.
Well, we
I
found his
agree.
You know
fetish.
what? This stream went into a weird place, and I'm just going to go ahead.
We should have quit where we were at, man.
We should have ended. We should have quit, bro. All right, thanks
Should have
guys for
quit while we
watching.
were ahead. Now
Peace
it's
out.
We're not
Mm.
here in Scotland next stream.